The views expressed on the previous programs are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and do not reflect those of the Beasley Broadcast Group.
Well, that was pretty abrupt there, wasn't it?
Agencies.
What's going on with Joe Rose this morning?
You're listening to Sports Radio 560 WQAM.
Did he sound like he was off his feet a little bit?
Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
What'd you call me?
Bottom feeder.
WQAM presents The Neil Rogers Show. To talk to Neil, dial 567-0560 in Dade and Broward. In other counties, call toll-free 877-785-NEIL or pound 560 on your AT&T and Verizon wireless phones. The opinions expressed by Neil, his guests, or his callers do not represent those of WQAM management, staff, or sponsors. Now, The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM.
You get a lot of big sports with Neil Rogers on Sports Hole Radio WQAM.
About 30, man.
Look at who that is. Everybody look at who that is. Lordy, Lordy, look at who that is. Daddy Willie T-Ribs. He's a racing whiz. Racing around in his car, that is. The race driver that never wins. Daddy Willie T-Ribs.
Now see here, all you kids. They call me Mr. Ribs. One day soon I'll win a race in my Rocket 88. Oh, well, hey, baby. You sure look fine today.
Uh-huh, Mr. Ribs, did you win the race?
Oh, well, I came in at 35th place.
Well, you earned yourself some ribs on a plate.
Forget that, honey. How's about a date?
I ain't gonna take that chance. Not if you keep coming in last.
Is that why you don't go out with me?
You ain't too slow. You can't compete.
Well, I may be slow on the street, but I sure be fast on my feet.
They call him Mr. Ribs.
10:02 at 560 WQAM. Happy Thursday, boy. It is flying on by, ain't it? Pretty soon it's going to be 2009.
Yep. Yes.
Yet?
Not yet.
We having fun yet? I don't know about this poll, Fatso. Fatso's still with us today, by the way.
Well, I mean, we've already got 1100, we can change it.
I beg your pardon?
It's already got 1100, we can change it.
That's what I was about to say. I mean, the other one's up there, ready to rock and roll.
Yep.
I do like this poll, though. I guess that's because I came up with it. You know who we left off of here? Jerry Springer.
Okay.
Well, let's do a redo.
Do-over.
Makeover. Dow is down 53 points. Not too bad, considering unemployment is like 80 trillion people. Nobody's got a job. Everybody's out of work. Got an email from Joe Bell yesterday afternoon. He said, Bruce Beasley has left the building, and I'm still here. Better luck next time. And I wrote back, shucks. You didn't like that?
Yeah. I already heard that joke.
Yeah, I already told you that. Well, I'm not going to tell you anything before the show anymore.
Okay.
No,
just the
then when I
stuff we
tell you
can't
on the
talk
air,
about.
It's like
it
has no impact because you've already
You're
heard
right.
it. It's like hearing a joke that might have been really funny once.
That's right.
Second time around, not so funny. Third time around, not good.
We'll just talk about the stuff we can't talk about on the air.
Boy, I'm like, I was borderline scratchy throat this morning. I thought for about a half a second of sending you a text, and I thought that would be bad. What?
Nothing. I was going to call in lazy today. You were going to call in gay. I was just going to call in slacky. I was going to call in gay.
You were going to call in don't wanna.
Yeah.
1,121 votes on that poll. That's not too shabby, Mr. Fat. Dow's only down 38 now. I think we're going to have a big day. Oh, Jesse McCartney gay is in my Google thing. He looks like a little screamer. He's pretty, but, Don't get started on that again after all that Kaufman talk yesterday. You'll alienate all those heterosexuals.
You heterophobe.
Yeah, that's right. 16.
I had never heard that before, by the way.
Heterophobe. Isn't that what that's what Stan used to call, because the audience didn't like him as much as they liked me, and he didn't get the response. He would sit down at 2 o'clock thinking his phone was going to ring off the hook, which mine would at 10 o'clock. Back in the INZ days, 10 o'clock in the morning. I would sit down and the phones would all be lit up. And they actually had something to say. They were like living and breathing people. It was a miracle. And then at 2, Stan would sit down and, you heterophobes out there. We're not getting Stan on the air, by the way. He never did reply to that. Never responded and said, I'd sure love to be on, get a free meal. And he probably could use a free meal. How old is Stan now, 95?
Yeah.
I-95. They named a highway after Stan, I-95. 1,121 votes on the poll. Boy, that's a pretty good number. So this must have been a pretty okay poll, huh? If I do say so myself. Which of these people is most about hype and not about talent? Paris Hilton, 497. She crushed the competition. Oh, and guess what was on again yesterday and I was forced to watch?
Oh yeah.
You know, I enjoy spending time with Paco, and we have a lot of fun and all that other, but it's just, when he controls the TV set, that's when I want to jump out the window. We already saw the same episode the night before. Second Shot at Love with Tila Tequila. Oh, my God. Although this, I guess it was the one with her first and then the one with the two twin Dyke sisters.
Okay.
Oh, my God. The Second Shot at Love. Seriously, the fact that there are people actually watching that it's terrifying. Terrifying. This is the worst swill. MTV, I remember back when MTV first started and all the goody two-shoes, it's disgusting and there's too much sex and nudity and whatever. I don't remember any sex or nudity, but nevertheless. And now they're right. They happen to be right. MTV is evil. Not because sex and nudity, but because of, lack of sex and nudity, because of ugly people and stupid, insipid reality shows. Whoever invented the so-called reality genre needs to be taken out and shot. Needs to be murdered. Anyway, Paris Hilton wins 499 votes. He got 44% of the votes. Rush Limbaugh, 177. Dr. Phil, 153. A creation of Oprah. Howard Sperm, 98. Oprah, 85. Hannah Montana, 59. Jay Leno, 30. And Madonna, 25. Well, she did well in this by not getting many votes.
Mm-hmm.
Madonna. Don't ask me why. Maybe she just can't compete with the others no more. We should have put Michael Jackson on there, too. But then that was in the past.
Right.
1,126 votes. You want to change it, Tubby, or what?
Sure, why not?
We done that. What's your favorite thing to do while driving behind the wheel? Got a good choice here, good set of selection. Dig one out of your nose, pop open a cold one, pop open another cold one. Now, see, why do we have that on there? Why did this, Fred, hey, Fred, this is a good poll, but why did you ruin it by putting that stupid pop open another cold one on there? How can you vote for that? In other words, it negates the first one. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Well, what about eat your boogies?
What? Put makeup on, men or women, masturbate, eat your boogies, text chronic, phone chronic, pass some serious methane gas, find a self-help cure for your senility, or smoke a Philly blunt.
How about listen to music?
That's good. Get that on there. Listen to
so
music.
I can vote for it.
Well, I'm going to dig one out of your nose. I've always told you I like PIP insurance, pick and peek.
Sure.
Don't like people looking in the window when I'm picking my nose.
Tinted windows.
There's one thing you ought to, that's right. There's one thing you ought to be able to do in your car without anybody looking or giving you a dirty look is pick your nose. One thing I don't like is picking my nose on the plane, but my nose almost always gets stuffed up on the plane.
Yeah.
And I try to make sure I'm waiting, like on a flight to Europe or something, you look around and you're thinking, everybody else is asleep. Now I can pick my nose in peace and just dig, clean that baby out. Now, do you think that people with big, I don't know, people with big noses have more snot than people without big noses?
Stands to reason. I don't know. Sounds logical.
I guess they got like a big bulbous nose with those varicose veins we were talking about yesterday.
Sure. If it's big on the outside, is it also big on the inside,
Pound of snot all dried up in there. If there's a God, why did he invent snot? Huh?
To mess with you.
He's always testing us. He's always testing us, always doing these things. Tubby sent me this morning. My boy, we're sure not going to get much today on those emails, I'll tell you that. Luckily, I've had 100 people send me the same one about sugar. Also, is there a way for us to get somebody to test out that little procedure we did? If there's anybody that's got a Mac, send us a test email and see if it's going to come through like legibly as opposed to Chinese letters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that's what that was all about.
I don't know. We're just doing an experiment.
Yeah, we're doing an experiment on the air. If you got a Mac, send us a test email, neil@neilrogers.com. And if you have a Mac, well, I don't know. What do you think of those? Don't go into it because then they won't advertise anymore. For animal rights activists, sticking up for a furry or feathered critters is a way of life. Now it can be a way of death, too. This is another one of those stories about
PETA.
A New Mexico company is building all-wood human coffins in partnership with People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. PETA, they bear painted slogans such as Lifetime PETA Member or I Save 500 Animals. Another serves up a last laugh that plays on a long-running PETA ad. Told you I wouldn't be caught dead in fur. Oh, thank God finally he changed the channel. We watched The Simpsons.
Good.
Oh, God.
A second shot at love. You're not getting a shot at love.
Seriously. There is something very, very wrong with that garbage.
Yeah.
Shot at love. They need a shot in the head is what they need on that show. Stupid.
Oh, you're out.
It's an S&M thing. It's a sadism thing. Watching other people be disgraced and humiliated and eliminated and rubbed out. The coffins, which went on sale last week, are priced from $620 to $670, which includes a $75 PETA contribution. I wouldn't give them 75 cents. Made of wood, they're designed to be earth-friendly with no screws, nails, hinges, or animal-based glues. They were assembled by Diana Genther, 44, former construction worker from Bellingham, Washington, who operates a company called the Old Pine Box in rural Edgewood, about 30 miles east of Albuquerque. She began handcrafting coffins from pine, cedar, maple, and other woods in 2004. Why did you send me this?
Because I thought it was really funny that there's now PETA boxes.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I find it really a little on the ponderous side. But, when you don't have very much coming in, boy, it's going to be grim today. Going to play that whole ACN library today, I think. Or we'll just play the recording, the audio from Tila Tequila. Another second shot at love. You got a shot at love. Oh, my God. It's just, there are no words to describe how revolted I am by what they're putting on. Not to mention all the other ones we talked about the other day, Hulk Hogan and Gene Simmons. Reality TV, my ass. They don't fart without it being scripted on their shows.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
And I wonder if they do fart, can we get to hear it?
The Sports League.
No portion of this program may be reproduced without the express written permission of WQAM BZ Broadcast Group, Incorporated.
Neil God.
Legend says that Nostradamus could see the future.
In the third house of the moon of Jupiter, the new world shall suffer a great quake.
Nostradamus, he could tell the future.
Horrible death, terrible destruction will befall the earth.
Now you can put that extraordinary insight to work for you. Introducing Nostra System, the first diet plan based entirely on the predictions of Nostradamus.
A woman named Sophie will consume a huge cake of chocolate, causing her moon to grow large and her thighs to thunder.
Finally, no more guesswork as Nostra System predicts the real shape of things to come.
A fat pig named Lenny will lose so much water he creates a killer tidal wave in the Midwestern plains.
Don't wait to find out your weight. Enroll today in the diet plan of the future. Nostra Systems.
I predict you will waste great sums of money on a worthless scam.
He has seen the future.
Oh, yeah. It's 10:18. Well, listen, they weren't all that good.
Yeah.
The old ACNs. That's disc number 2 that you had me yank out yesterday.
That's a good disc. Disc number 2.
It is a good disc. Got a lot of good crap on it. In fact, let me cue up another one. There's one. Jim says, Jim in Miami Shores, who's selfish and just idiotic. Give us a market update, including oil future prices. It'll help kill time. No, I'm not here to kill time, okay, Jim? And I'm not here to take directives from you as to what to talk about on the air, schmuck. The Dow's down 40 points. And as far as oil futures, go buy some. Go boil an oil, Jim. I did get a couple people who tested out their Mac, and they came through okay. So if that was the problem before, I think George solved it. Let's hear it for George.
Yes, I'm not counting it out yet. Maybe that same person, like whoever it was, although how will they know that it's them, you know?
How will we know that what's them?
Whoever sent you the email that you couldn't read before.
No, there wasn't one. There was like a whole bunch of them. Oh, God, the stuff that's coming in. You're out of material, folks. Take a nice rest. 41 votes. We need to add on there. Listen to talk radio. Well, listen to music. I don't know. Listen to radio on the poll?
Okay.
What's your favorite thing to do behind the steering wheel while driving? Listen to music 15. Pass some serious methane gas 8. Dig a big one out of your nose 8. Pop open a cold one 5. Smoke a Philly blunt 2. Find a self-help cure for your senility 2. Masturbate 1. None yet for phone chronic, text chronic, eat your boogers, or put makeup on, man and woman. Oh, and Eric took off that pop open another cold one. What a stupid thing, Fred. Thanks for the good poll, Fred, but that's stupid. Almost as stupid as
a second shot at love. You've got a shot at love.
Oh, and you know something? In the behavior of the people on that show, I'm an old fuddy-duddy, but not that old or that fuddy-duddy. But I mean, that show is about as much fun as impaling your eyeball with a pen. God, acting like you're a bunch of idiots. And it also so contrived, you know, every facial expression, every tear, oh, God. MTV and CNN, both, get them off. Take them off the air now. They're both evil. Now, here's a really brilliant observation with a shot at you. Now that I just gave you credit for getting the thing straightened out there on the Mac attack.
Yeah.
Neil, why don't you do like Ricky Martin and Clay Aiken did and use a surrogate mother? You're already raising a child anyway, and this way you would at least have your own flesh and blood to leave your money to. Of course, all the blood-sucking parasites in your life, like George, would protest. You could then hire a nanny to raise the child, and usually they work free for just room and board. I don't want no nanny. I don't want no little baby, okay? And like it says, I'm already raising a child, so what the hell, like I need more expense? Oh, brother. Ricky Martin and Seuss Babies. It's got a picture here. Hey, Ricky.
You fairy.
Who the hell are you kidding? Screamer. Flamer.
Flaming.
I mean, you know, if you're a flaming queen, fine, there's no problem with that. Just say you're a flaming queen. Stop pretending to be like Mr. Macho, you know. God. Oh, here's one from the fake clearance. Oh, before that, here's one from the fake Josh Cordes. Did you give him his check, by the way?
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
I would have to see him in order to do that.
You know, this is what really, really frosts my old, fat, nasty ass. Here's a guy that was only down 15 point now. Here's a guy that whines, meh, yeah, I need money, meh, it's time for you to send me a check. And I put it in the same envelope with the one I was sending you for your birthday so that he'd have it right away. And I wouldn't forget about it. Not that he deserves it, because he's a real slacker. And the check arrives yesterday. We talk about it on the air. You've got it right there in your hand in the check, too. And he doesn't even bother to come over and get it.
Yeah.
So what was the emergency? What was the emergency, Cordes?
He was over in the other building yesterday.
And he can't come over there today?
I don't know.
And you don't think that, like, on his lunch hour or something like that, he could have had, like, 10 minutes to come over there?
I have no idea the kind of stuff they have him doing.
That was down 5 points. It's going to be in positive territory soon. He says here, the fake Josh Cordes, Neil, I already spent all that check you sent last week. Can you send me another one for the weekend? Hugs and kisses, Josh. From the fake Josh Cordes. Isn't that cute?
I'm sure I'll see him today.
Why is that? If he doesn't come and pick up that check today, that's the last one.
Then I'm forging it.
I'm telling you.
I'm going to George it and forge it.
Now it's up 7.5 points. All right. Let's have a party in our pants. Come on. Let's pull Martians out of our pants like Mo used to do. He had Martians on his...
Rectum.
Anyway, the fake clearance says, seeing as though you didn't like my idea yesterday of having the Beast on your show, I have another fabulous idea. This idea is sure to produce great ratings. We would like to reduce your show by 2 hours and replace it with a Drew Rosenhaus show. Drew would draw huge numbers by talking about his clients such as Plexiglass Burris. The Beast will produce his show, and Mr. Fat can run the board. Of course, we'll be paying you far less, but we're sure you won't mind because you're a team player. Thanks, the fake clearance. And Adam over there, lifeless Adam, who's fat and ugly.
I have no life.
Oh, go away. He looks like Barry Jackass on a bad day. And like we were discussing, when people are ugly, why do they send you their pictures? So you can tell them how ugly they are? They already...
Yeah, maybe they don't know.
Let me ask you this. Do ugly people know that they're ugly? I mean, I do.
Right, some do. Some of us do.
Yeah. What about you, Fatso?
Yeah.
We're ugly, and we don't lie about it. But these ugly people who think, oh, I'm hot. Maybe you're hot. Call a doctor. Maybe you got a fever, okay? Maybe you got some kind of a disease. I'm hot. Hot my ass. God. Anyway, so Adam says, Neil, you queen, what are you doing coming into work today? Where's your sense of queenhood? You're supposed to take National Gay Day off. Well, guess what? That was yesterday. Calling in gay was yesterday, Adam. You better know your crap because you sure don't. Hey, Adam.
You fairy.
Anyway, well, he just wants me to talk about him. He wants some attention from something alive. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Something living and breathing, which in my case ain't much, but all these desperate, lifeless people looking for attention. Neil at NeilRogers.com, and boy, it's going to be really, really slow. Here's one that says, I've had a Mac for 4 years and love it. Macs never freeze, they don't get viruses, never need to restart it. In fact, when I leave the house, I sleep the computer, and when I return, it's right where I left it, no matter how many windows are open, how many applications I have running. I email quite a bit. I've never had any complaints from any recipients. The only problem is some programs are not compatible. Also, I watched Train Spotting last night on IFC. Now I know what you mean about the toilet scene gross, but Oliver was an okay movie. I can't get past the crap scene. Jim in Cooper City. Thanks, Jim. And he sent this message from his Mac, obviously, and it came through just fine. So George fixed the thing, even though, George, what was the expression about you being a bloodsucker?
Oh, I'm a bloodsucker, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, George would be very upset if I keep changing my will.
What?
So I need a lot more people out there to tell me who to leave my money to, you know. All these other people. Oh, do this and talk about that. Complaints and... What's the other one?
Critiques.
Critiques, complaints, and, of course, suggestions.
Right. Mm-hmm.
What to talk about. Don't talk about that. Whatever you're planning on talking about, don't talk about that. How about a second chance at love?
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The Sports Leader.
The biggest names. The best talent. It's the Mad Dog, Jim Mandich. Afternoons, 4 to 7. Sports Radio 560 QAM. The Sports Leader.
It's big, Neil. It's bigger than both of us.
Reggie White for Campbell's Soup.
There ain't nothing like a hot bowl of soup. Yep. You know, it take me back to a time when my mammy done made the whole neighborhood smell like canned tomatoes. Well, it ain't like that no more with all the new flavors from Campbell's Soup. Like Jigaboo Stew with chunky rat balls and watermelon pit. And my favorite, Cream-O Mooley. Hog lips with seagull poop to make it juicy. Oh, and you won't be missing lunch at Sambo's no more, 'cause Campbell's Soup be good. 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 That's what Campbell's Soup be. Good.
Haven't played that in a long time.
No.
Well, why not?
I don't know.
10:31 at 560 WQAM. I'll tell you, these emails are really slow today, and you're knocking the chronics, the fake this one and fake that one. If we don't get to fake this one and fake that one going today, we're going to be in real big trouble because we got 3 hours and 29 minutes to kill. Kill some good time. Read the stock. Yeah. What a schmuck. Dow's up 2.31. See there, I just gave him the number. See, there's nothing wrong, you know, those shows I'm talking about on MTV, if they put hot people on there. That was originally the idea.
Right. They could just have them walking around, you know.
That was the idea with all of those shows that they had on there, was just have, that's right, just hot people scantily clad, as little as the clothing as they can get away with on TV. But no, they bring on really ugly people and can't understand why this one's getting kicked off and that one's getting eliminated. I mean, come on. They're bringing this gross guy on there with tattoos, not just all over his body, but even on his neck. And she's saying, oh, well, I just don't go for the tattoo thing, you know, and like it's a big surprise. He missed his shot at love. You're gone. You don't get another shot at love. Oh, it's just, seriously, it makes your brain hurt. It makes your innards hurt. 89 votes on the poll. What's your favorite thing to do behind the wheel while driving? Let's see how many. Oh, here's one. Barry McCockner's back with a poll edition. Picking a winner from your nose at a stoplight while intensely staring at the driver in the car next to you. The reactions are classic. Oh, yeah. Well, whatever. That's the kind of stuff we're getting today. Very slim. They're busy now. You know, it's the 11th of December. They got to go out there and get their Hanukkah gifts and their Christmas gifts and shop and look for a job. Go rob a bank. 89 votes. Listen to music 20. Listen to radio 15. Pass some serious methane gas 15. Dig one out of your nose 14. Pop open a cold one 11. Masturbate 5. Smoke a Philly blunt 4. Find a self-help cure for your senility 3. Text a chronic 1. Eat your boogies 1. Phone a chronic none, and put makeup on, men or women, none, yet. How about, well, I'm not going to put it on the poll, but just these people who comb their hair, brush their hair while they're driving.
Yeah.
And they're looking in the mirror. They're not looking in the rearview mirror to see the traffic. They're looking at themselves.
I like to squeeze zits while I'm driving and plucking my eyebrows and masturbating and picking my nose.
Oh, excellent. And chewing, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of that, I wonder if there's any, I guess there's no carbs in snot. That's one good thing about it.
How do you know?
Oh, come on. Where would that come from?
Oh, what's it made out of?
Sugar and spice and everything nice?
See?
Oh,
it's a little salty.
Right. Well, speaking of that, so 100 people have emailed me this. Science is verifying what many overeaters have suspected for a long time. Sugar can be addictive. I've been telling you this for years. It's not an excuse, which George says.
Yeah.
He's comparing it with, well, you know, people don't have to do crack.
Sterno's addictive.
But people have to eat.
They don't have to eat sugar.
They don't have to do drugs, but they have to eat to survive. And so it has to do with eating, selecting those foods that you're addicted to.
You don't have to buy ice cream.
What?
You don't have to buy ice cream.
But I do.
I know. You go to the store, there's rat poison, there's Sterno, there's ice cream. You don't have to buy any of that stuff.
And believe me, it's a lot more pleasant to die by ice cream than by rat poison. You eat the rat poison, I'll eat the ice cream.
No, thank you.
Hot shot. In fact, it says the sweetener seems to prompt the same chemical changes in the brain seen in people who abuse drugs such as cocaine and heroin.
Mm-hmm.
Told you.
Yeah.
Told you. The findings are to be presented yesterday at the American College of Neuropsychopharmacology's annual meeting in Nashville. That word's got 142 letters in it.
Mm-hmm.
Our evidence from an animal model suggests that binging on sugar can act in the brain in ways very similar to drugs of abuse. Lead researcher Bart Hobel, a professor of psychology at Princeton, said during a teleconference December the 4th. Drinking large amounts of sugar water when hungry can cause behavioral changes, even neurochemical changes in the brain which resemble changes that are produced when animals or people take substances of abuse. Drugs. What did I tell you? This is the strongest drug going is sugar. These animals show signs of withdrawal, even long-lasting effects that might resemble craving, he said. Well, I'm craving it. When I was watching that Flipper movie yesterday, I was craving it, and it was really sweet, I'll tell you that. Sweet.
You were raving it.
I was raving and craving. And I don't feel guilty about it either, okay? He's 61 years old now, Luke Halpin. He's probably almost as ugly as I am. Can you even imagine? Like all these other people we see, like Tony Dow, you know, and who are some of the other ones we see later on in life? Burt Ward. And they're all like, that proves there's no God. Why do attractive people have to get like so fart-faced and all falling apart and discombobulated just because they get old, huh?
Well,
just because they're, huh?
There's some women that still look good, no matter how old they get. Yeah, Barbara Eden.
She's still alive?
Yeah, and still looks good.
Barbara's Eden? Dr. Louis Arani, Director of Comprehensive Weight Control Program at New York Presbyterian Hospital, yada yada, added, the big question's been whether it's just a behavioral thing or it's a metabolic chemical thing, and evidence like this supports the notion that something chemical is going on. Something's going on. Marvin Gaye wants to know what's going on. Too bad about Marvin and his daddy, you know. Was it his daddy or his uncle? I guess his daddy.
His dad.
His daddy?
Dad.
A sugar addiction may even act as a gateway to later abuse of drugs such as booze, Hobel said. Not for me. I'm not a booze guy. Josh Cordes, there's a real booze guy. Paco, there's a booze kid. Oh, brother. Is that a Mexican thing? I keep asking you that. It is.
Go ask a Mexican.
Ask Tila Tequila.
Yeah.
Hey, Tila, gotta have some tequila, bitch.
It's a second shot at love.
Seriously, somebody has to strap you into a chair and force you to watch one episode of that. And
Listen, I watched 10 seconds of it. She didn't impress me. The people on the show didn't impress me.
Oh.
Onward and upward, back to the Spanish soap.
It is the most insipid swill. I hate to keep going on and on about it. If it were up to me, I would never watch it.
It's what's the other TV award? The Emmys?
Yeah.
It would win an Emmy compared to those Housewives of fill in the blank.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, God.
For the new research, rats were denied food for 12 hours a day, then were given access to food and sugar for 12 hours a day for the next 4 weeks. For 3 to 4 weeks. The binging released a surge of the neurotransmitter dopamine, each time in part of the brain involved in reward, the nucleus accumbens. It's been known that drugs of abuse release or increase the levels of dopamine in that part of the brain. But it was only sugar that caused this effect. It wasn't. It was the sugar combined with the alternating schedule of deprivation and largesse. After 3 weeks, the rat showed signs of withdrawal similar to those seen with people stop smoking or drinking booze or using morphine. That's what we need to do, is have some morphine. How about some opium for lunch instead of ice cream, huh?
Sounds great.
Let's go get some opium from Bela Lugosi. Eddie. Call me Eddie. He was so good in that. What the hell's his name?
Oh, Martin Landau.
Martin Balsam.
Was it Martin Balsam?
No. Martin Balsam was in Psycho.
Martin Landau.
Martin Landau. Well, that was half right.
It's all right.
Martin Balsam is the one who went down the stairs, tumbling down the stairs. He was the detective in Psycho. Remember that?
That's right.
And Mama came out and knocked. Oh, man bleeds to death from picking his nose too much. Oh,
really?
Yeah. Oh, this is a great story. Coming soon.
Was he driving while he did that?
This is Neil Rogers.
He was driving.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Up his nose.
The sports leader. The best talent.
It's the DA Show.
Weeknights from 8 to 11.
Here on
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
the sports leader.
Hi, Luis Miguel. Play it, baby.
Gee, what do you want for Christmas, Lucy?
I want a new sled, Linus.
I want a new blanket.
What do you want, James Brown?
Woo! Hot pants! Good God! Hi!
The Peanuts Gang is back in an all-new holiday special. It's
Merry Christmas, James Brown! Look, there's my mom. She's going to drive us to the Christmas play. Yay!
Look out now!
You just shot out the tires, James Brown.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry about that. I apologize. I've been under a lot of stress lately. Behind that event, my wife been messing around with my head.
What?
I said, it's a bit sensitive situation. I'm on medication and, whatnot.
Huh?
Well, living in America, there's a man.
This holiday season, the Godfather of Soul is working for Peanuts.
Check out Big Ten. He's steady dancing.
It's a Merry Christmas, James Brown, tonight on CBS.
See, there's some good crap on those old ACN discs. I'm playing it all between now and the end of the year, between now and my vacation. You really, you pulled a fast one, taking that Christmas week off again.
I do it every year.
I know I do. You do it every year because I let you do it every year because I take some other week. I could take that week off also, which I used to do. But no, knowing that you're a professional goy.
Right.
Or at least pretend to be one, and I don't really care about Christmas or Chanukah or any of that crap. Or even
family goy at that. With
That's
lots
right.
Of,
you got to take care of the family.
Yes.
I got to take care of Paco's family. They're all going to be here soon.
Oh, boy.
Too. Oh, yeah.
Are you going to roast a lechon for Noche Buena?
I'm going to roast them is what I'm going to do. Be the best thing ever happened for me and him. This is cute. What was the last thing Marvin Gaye's father said to him? Son, this is the last 45 you'll ever hear. Cute. I think that the world changed when we stopped. All of us used to have those little 45 players, with the spindle.
Yep.
The automatic changers, and you'd pile up your discs on there.
Yep.
And they would plop down, and like having your own jukebox,
Right.
And once they stopped doing that, once we started with the CDs and now with all this other technology, it's just, I don't know. It's just not the same. It was great when you'd scratch up the records, you know?
Yeah, that sounded really good. And they would skip, and you'd have to go
That's right.
diddle it. And they would...
Like in The Godfather. Remember that scene? The record is sticking because they're having a Christmas party and they're not paying attention. And Michael walks into the hospital and bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. It's stuck on like, have yourself a... And you didn't notice that, didn't you, that the record is stuck?
Yes,
and then Michael walks into the room and Pop is all alone. And really one of the scariest moments of the movie is when the nurse walks in, all of a sudden she comes out of nowhere into the picture. What are you doing? You know, like, ooh, scary. And then Enzo, the baker, for your father, he shows up. He looks really dangerous. Looks like a real fruit. Of course, he makes wedding cakes. What do you expect? What kind of a macho guy bakes wedding cakes? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Any of you macho guys who make wedding cakes out there, sorry, we apologize. Not. Enzo, the baker, for your father. Remember after he lights the cigarette after the after the evildoers, the other evildoers drive away?
Right.
And he's shaking so hard, and Michael has to take the lighter and light his faggot. This is a very, very good email. Subject, Tila Tequila. I don't know if it's good or not, because I don't know about Lucy Lopez. They just want to bust your balls, that's all.
Oh, I know.
Anything I like, anything you like, it's...
That's right.
Watching her is the TV equivalent of listening to Lucy Lopez, it says. Watching Tila Tequila.
A second chance at love. Oh, you lose. You're out. You lost. You're ugly.
Of course, she's ugly, too, so. How do you like that? A shot at Lucy Lopez. I never heard her. I don't know anything about what her shtick is or what... I know Chris has always said that when she's on, it's just a tremendous tune-out.
What he says.
And that's why she got upset with him, I think. What?
Nothing.
Well, why won't you speak up, Tubby? Come on.
Because it's all in the past, brother.
Well, sister.
Doesn't matter what you say.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not saying anything.
The less said, the better. That's an old expression. The less said, the better. The Civil Duty Board is back again. Remember S. Quinn?
Sure.
Mr. Rogers, our last meeting was not productive at all. Heated debate followed by 2 members walking out. I can see that QAM will take most of our time and effort. I thought by now we could have found an area to advise you on, but there is so much to go over. Your show is not the only problem. Big O, Beast, those guests in the morning. We'll have a special meeting during your show Friday, December 12th. Maybe listening live will help us. Sincerely, Miami Civil Duty Board, S. Quinn. The non-group. They're having meetings to decide what to do here. Now, here's that story from the London Daily Mail. I didn't make this up, neither did the emailer. Man bleeds to death from picking his nose too much, inquest hears. This is the Brits, man. This is the Brits. Just like the Queen, who had her finger in her nose at that tennis tournament at Wimbledon, and Bud Collins said, nice forehand. That was one of the great moments in TV history. It was no,
another shot at love.
Seriously, I want to take like a 2x4. I want to take a brick and just heave it through the TV set when he turns that crap on. And we just saw the same 2 episodes the night before. He thinks it's funny.
I see.
Plus, he thinks there might be some hot guy who'll materialize out of nowhere, which ain't going to happen. Yeah. Turn on the Fag channel. Turn on Out TV, something like that. You got a better chance. You got a better shot at love. A man died because he picked his nose so much he bled to death, an inquest heard. Manchester coroner Nigel Meadows. Oh, so British, Nigel. Razzle Bathbone and Nigel Bruce, who played Dr. Watson. Remember Nigel Bruce?
Yes.
Big, fumbly, bumbly. The one episode I liked the best was where the guy was doing the hypnosis. The evildoer, he was hypnotizing people, stuff like that. I don't remember which one that was. I've seen them all a million times. Sherlock Holmes and the Hound of the Bastardvilles was pretty good. I wonder if Dan LeBastard was in that. Manchester coroner Nigel Meadows said about the death of 63-year-old Ian Bothwell, there's no explanation for this death other than he died from a nosebleed consistent with picking his nose. He did not think for a moment he knew what he was doing that was going to cause his death. Well, no, usually when you pick your nose, you're not thinking, I'm going to die afterward. He recorded a verdict of misadventure. A verdict of misadventure. Oh, the Brits, you silly-ass Brits. Good God. A pathologist concluded that Mr. Bothwell, who suffered from dementia brought on by alcoholism, had picked his nose so much it caused him to bleed to death. He suffered from dementia brought on by alcoholism, typical Brit. Just like the Queen Mum. Could you bring this old queen, could you queens down there bring this old queen another drink? A real lush. She lived a long time, too. She was 90-something. And what about Weinstein Churchill? He used to drink like a gallon a day of some kind of cheap booze and smoke those big stogies, not unlike Stan Major. Wouldn't be surprising at all if it turned out that Weinstein Churchill is related to Stan Major. I remember on the $64,000 question with Hal March, his son, Winston Churchill's son, came on and he missed the first or second question.
Wow, what an idiot.
Kind of like that Puffy and Regis, you know. About 30, man. About 30. His body was found by John Edwards, manager of the Royal Court block of flats in Lady Barn, Didsbury, Manchester. Didsbury. I wonder if they diddle in Didsbury, where Mr. Bothwell lived alone on September 5. Mr. Edwards told the inquest, I thought he must have fallen out of bed and hit his head, but it was obvious he was almost certainly dead. What does that mean? Oh, there's Laura Bush again.
For Social Secretary.
Oh, my God. She is such a yahoo. That'd be a good poll question. Who is the biggest yahoo First Lady? Rosalind Carter, Lady Bird Johnson, or Laura Bush? Dr. Amir Benbow, the consultant who carried out the postmortem exam at Manchester Royal Infirmary, said he could find no evidence that a bang to Mr. Bothwell's head had contributed to his death. The only place he found any contributory evidence was inside Mr. Bothwell's nasal cavity, which was full of blood. Oh, those bloody Brits. There you go again. Those Brits really blow. But I guess he didn't blow enough. Dr. Benbow told the inquest the nasal cavity was filled with blood. My conclusion is that the most likely cause of death is epistaxis, the technical term for a nosebleed. Did you know there was a technical term for a nosebleed?
I know there's a technical term for everything, but I didn't know that that's what that was.
Epistaxis. Epis?
Yeah.
The most common cause of epistaxis is picking the nose. I believe it's likely to be what happened. Mr. Bothwell had been a fit young man until he suffered a brain hemorrhage when he was 20. He was unable to work and quickly descended into alcoholism. His only relative was a sister living in Cornwall, and he saw her only 30 years ago at her mother's funeral in 1986. Sounds like 22 years ago, but nevertheless. Oh, I see. Once in 30 years he's seen her at Mom's funeral. Well, you didn't even go to your mother's funeral, you heartless bastard. Yeah, too bad. See, once you're dead, it doesn't really make any difference. It's just an empty gesture. Be nice to people while they're alive. Don't try to put on a dog and pony show once they're in a box, you know.
Unless it's a pita box.
I was just going to say, you beat me to it.
Sorry.
Very good. George is sharp today. Look out for him. Even though he's a relentless, what are you?
I'm a bloodsucker.
Bloodsucker. Sexting from your cell phone is a hot new flirting trend, study shows.
What,
apparently,
from your cell
teens taking risque photos of themselves is turning into a full-on epidemic.
Sweet.
Researchers from Teenage Research Unlimited have finally put some hard numbers to the anecdotes about teens getting themselves in trouble with revealing photos. According to the study commissioned by the National Campaign to Prevent Teen and Unplanned Pregnancy and CosmoGirl.com, 22% of teenage girls, 18% of boys have taken nude or semi-nude photos of themselves and sent them to someone or posted them online. And a third of young adults, 20 to 26, have done the same. 20 to 26 sounds just fine. Young adults and teens view sending these photos and suggestive text messages as simply digital flirting. 39% of teens, 59% of those young adults say they've sent naughty texts, a means of flirting. Naughty texts. What the hell's a naughty text?
No, I'll send you one.
Is it bawdy? No, don't send me. Yeah, some guy sent me a picture of some dude laying, not a bad-looking guy, naked on the floor and says it's him. You know, anybody can pull any picture you want off the internet, and what do I care if it was you anyway? What do I care? Jesus, God almighty. If it was Joe Jonas in a turgid position stark naked, then I might be interested in that, although he's scrawny. Now, see, I don't know. I don't want to go back into that again. They'll get all upset. They get very upset, like yesterday with Luke Halpern. I'm not really sure if he was Jewish or not, but there would be one way to find out.
Ask him.
Maybe he was like a terrorist. You think the terrorists are circumspect?
You know they are.
Good morning, Neil God, says Daniel. I like hearing some of the old bits you haven't played in a while. I do enjoy them, as many I really have not heard before or in a very long time. I'm not sure if it's an ACN bit, but there was a bit I enjoyed called, I believe, and forgive me if I don't know the exact name, 9 Coronas. I like this bit, and I'm a fan of the Knack My Sharona as the song. I think Joe Carollo is to that song.
Yeah, I've never heard of the 9 Coronas.
9 Coronas?
Nope.
What is this man talking about? Joe and Bo show, Joe Bowen, and then there's always Joe Carollo. Like that. Whatever happened with that whole thing? He threw that tea canister at the wife and had a nasty divorce.
Yeah, that was it. It was a tea box.
I like this bit, but also a fan of the My Sharonas. I like the song with the drums, bass, guitar riff. I'd greatly appreciate it if you're playing this while I'm working on a presentation. Thank you so very much for taking the time to take it and play it. If you choose, we don't know what it is. 9 Coronas. But we got that one. 10:57, it's Thursday. That means in just an hour we're going to be doing our 2-for-1 deal. Starting at noon. What?
No, I'm just celebrating. I'm very excited about it.
About what?
The meal deal.
Oh, that's right.
The Marino's coming in, right?
Today. That's why you're excited. Dope. Starting at noon today, you can buy $50 certificates for $25 to Dan Marino's Restaurant, South Miami's home of first-class dining entertainment. Inventive recipes, a cosmopolitan decor, seasoned staff, and full-time chef ensure that an afternoon or evening at Dan Marino's will be a memorable one. Like Dan himself, Dan Marino's is dedicated to giving their guests a legendary experience. During football games, Marino's has got great beer specials, just $3 draft imports. If you're looking for a place for your holiday party, large or small, Dan Marino's can accommodate your group. Give them a call at 305-665-1315. Located at the Shops of Sunset in South Miami, it's Dan Marino's Restaurant. Go to WQM.com at noon today to buy $50 certificates at half price, just $25.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports
560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names, the best talent. You're listening to Sports Radio 560 WQAM. Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
This is the Neil Rogers Show. This is your brain.
You fairy.
Any questions?
All right.
.03 at 560 WQAM. We don't hear about him no more, thank God. Or Xavier Suarez in his bathrobe running around knocking on doors, drumming up votes at 3 a.m.
Is that
I'm
what
not
he's
saying
doing?
that some of these guys, or what about Raul Martinez? Who wound up winning those damn elections anyway?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you're out of touch, Neil. Good. I don't want to be in touch. I don't want nothing to do with any of those people. The Diaz-Balart brothers. Now, can't ask más macho, the Diaz-Balart brothers or the Jonas brothers?
Good question.
They are strange. No, the word, remember I told you before the show today? The one word I have for the Jonas brothers is disturbing.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand that.
Kind of like Hanson. No, they're like strange. There's something just weird about them. Weird, strange. But nevertheless. But Joe could come over and hang it out with me anytime he wanted. I'd feed him a few meals, put some meat on his bones. Boy, those kids are scrawny. Although scrawny in their case is extraordinarily negative. Yeah. But in Luke Halpin's case, scrawny was okay, I guess.
Put some meat on their bones?
Yeah. Another Marvin Gaye joke, rest in peace. It says, hey, and by the way, Grubber Tuchels, you're blocked, so quit trying to send me emails. You're blocked. I don't open them. I don't read them. I just delete them. They go immediately in the deleted file. See, some of you people, I guess you don't get the message. Just like the Ranger guy. Rangers, go to hell. Go to hell, you fairy. Rangers won a game. Every time the Rangers win a game, he thinks I want to have an email and hear a song and dance from him and tell me what a fag I am. You know, who cares? Go back to New York, okay? Quit just being a professional malcontent. Go back to New York. And your emails are blocked, okay? And see, like I told you, they go right into the deleted, and then I take a look at the deleted to see which ones of these idiots are continuing to send crap, and then I just bitch them out, and I delete them again, and then they vanish into thin air. Never to be seen again. They vanish. Oh, but you're blocking so many people. Yeah, that's right, because there's so many a-holes out there, that's right, who just want to use the email thing as a tool to abuse, that's all. Abuse the hosts. Abuse me, abuse George, even abuse Fatso over there, who's losing part of his job pretty soon, we think. Now, didn't Bruce Beasley stop in yesterday and give you a pat on the head and say, hey, listen, we'll take care of you? No?
No.
Did you see him?
I didn't see him, no.
He didn't stop by and hang out with you guys and say, how's everything on the show? And is Joyce screwing it up sufficiently to get us down to a one share? Well, what day is is it a week from tomorrow? The trend?
Yes.
Yeah, the 19th.
2/3 of the fall book. Oh, boy. And this is the Dolphins having the 7-5 season so far. Or is it 8-5?
8-5.
8-5. That's right. 8-5. Holy cow. That's 7 more games than they won all last season. 8-5. Of course, it could wind up 8-8. You never know. I don't think so. They got such a pansy schedule. My God.
If they do wind up 8-8, that's still.
Why don't they play a tough team like the Patriots are playing this weekend, like Oakland? Well, that's right. They didn't. They damn near lost the game.
Yep.
What was the last song Marvin Gaye heard? I heard through the carbine. Oh, boy. That's bad. And also this loser says, on today's poll, since masturbate is on the list, how about receive oral pleasure, says Gary in Homestead. Oh, you know who we never heard from again? Thank God. And I also have blocked him. And that's that pain in the ass in New Orleans. What was his name?
Mm.
Gary Goldfarb, Goldwitch, or whatever the hell his name was. Don't you remember the one who was always bellyaching at Eric about, the archives,
yeah. Well, you haven't heard from him because the archives haven't been screwed up.
That's right, because everything is working just fine now, so there's nothing to bitch and complain about.
Wah, wah.
God. Whining and complaining. There's those people out there called me-o-whiners. I'm not even in the same category. Now, Jimmy Syphilitic, he was a whiner until his wine business went bust. His whole family had that long legacy in the wine business, and he opened up a winery and it went bust. Maybe Henry Barrow drank up all the profits.
Oh!
You think?
Could be.
You think he's still as big as a house? How the hell does he stay alive?
I don't know.
We need a spy report about Henry Barrow. Is he still over 400 pounds? When he came into the studio that day at QAM, oh, my God. This is a guy we last saw who was like maybe a little on the chubby side, maybe like 15, 20 pounds overweight, maybe.
Right.
And all of a sudden he ballooned up like somebody stuck a bicycle pump up his ass and just put the pedal to the metal. Can you imagine when he farts? Oh, like 100 pounds of helium has just been released. I bet you Joyce would really be grossed out by that. What's Obama saying?
Stand by and watch this industry collapse. Doing so would lead to a devastating ripple effect throughout our economy. As I have said repeatedly, I believe our government should provide short-term assistance to the auto industry to avoid a collapse while holding the companies accountable and protecting taxpayer interests.
They better not stop making Corvettes, I'll tell you that. How long do you think that one of mine is going to last? It's only got like 7,500 miles on it.
It could last forever if you take care of it.
If I take care of it?
Yes.
Now, do you think that driving in the winter here, because that car is it's a Florida car, What? I didn't even ask the question yet. Yes, what?
Yes.
I need to get like special service on it now, like change the oil and stuff?
That's always a good idea, but since they salt the roads, I'm sure, up there.
Yes, they do.
Probably the seal coat or whatever they call it.
I'm not driving on any bad days.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Snow and ice days, black ice, stuff like that. See, I'm equal opportunity ice hater. I don't like white ice. I don't hate black ice. Oh, phone's ringing. I'll be back.
I'm busy today. Got my nails all clipped. Look at that.
Yeah, we were hearing them.
Were you?
Mm-hmm. I was wondering what was snapping on the air. And I look over and I just click, click, click.
Hey, you think I'm going to do this on my own time? Like surfing for porn. You think I'm going to do that on my own time?
Okay, there's a delivery for me downstairs, so I think what we'll do is I'll do the break early. I'm going to put my pants on. Maybe it's something like $1 billion or something, in which case I won't be back.
Okay.
So have something to play when who knows when I'll be back.
You got it. Don't worry.
Sometime.
I'll play something horrible and obscene. I'll lose the license while you're
The
gone.
best talent.
This is Neil Rogers,
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
the sports leader.
I'm back.
Oh, good. I was just about to fire something off.
What?
Oh.
Oh.
What happened?
No, nothing. I got a bunch of packages here. Just relax.
Oh, really?
I'll be back.
Christmas
Hold on,
packages?
I'll be back or not.
Take a minute. Take a minute 10. No, just wait.
I'll be stoned for Christmas.
You don't have this yet anyway.
Wasted's what I'll be. I cough and choke each time I smoke those marijuana leaves. We'll be stoned for Christmas. Bring some zigzags, please. Let's get stoned for Christmas.
Okay.
I've got
All right, I'm back. Kill that crap. Sorry, KJ, but that's garbage. I mean, it was really good. Okay, let's see. Here's the discs. This is a chicken neck. So I guess he got his stuff all fixed up, huh? Nice, Chicken neck. Your disc is here. Then my drum showed up, which I desperately need. Oh.
Yeah.
I can stick that in there during this break. And now I got a package. A FedEx, a big package from Beasley Broadcasting. Maybe this is a big fat check to like pay me off the last 5 years. I'll be on my way to Woodbine. But I'm sure it's not. Let's see. Maybe Bruce Beasley brought this by yesterday, huh?
Maybe. Maybe that's what he was doing here.
Oh, wow. It's a book. It's a book.
Yeah.
And it's from Jolly Joe Bell, my good, close, personal friend. You can't say I've never gotten you anything. Oh, you got me something. A lot of heartburn, Joe. Have a great holiday season. I'm looking forward to 5 more great years. Oh, you know something? All his previous attempts at humor have fallen flat. But this one is the best. Oh! Have a great holiday season. I'm looking forward to 5 more great years, Joe. And let's see what it is. Oh! It's disturbing. I told you they're disturbing.
Is it a human heart?
It's Burning Up on tour with the Jonas Brothers.
Well, there you go.
And
keep your hands above the...
I don't think Joe is related to the other two. Hey, Joe.
Joe Bell?
No, not that Joe. Jesus, God. I'm not even sure he's got a... well, he does. I think he does. And here, it's a pictorial of their concerts and stuff. I don't see any naked pictures in here, though.
Well, keep looking.
Huh?
Keep looking.
I see there's Joe. Looks like he's in a turgid state. Mississippi. Where are they from, by the way? Are they from, like, the deep south or something? Like from Tennessee? Know. They look like Tennessee kind of people. You know what I mean by that?
No.
There's real people, and then there's Tennessee kind of people. People that get hatched in a big cave somewhere. Yeah, the one scrawny little, the younger one, he's scrawny. And looks like he's from, like, Punxsutawney. The ugly one is just, you know what he is?
What? Ugly?
Ugly. Maybe he's got a second chance for love. Yeah, he could be on that show easy on Tila Tequila.
Yeah. Speaking of ugly.
Yes?
Thanks for the check, Neil.
Well, at least you had the decency to come and get it anyway.
What? Do I ever not come get it?
No, but it was there yesterday, and you didn't come get it yesterday, so there must not.
Oh, well, I was over in the Kiss building yesterday.
Yeah, Kiss this.
It was kissing that.
No, thank you. I'll kiss this
check,
check,
who the Jonas Brothers are?
Do I know who they are? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like the Disney Channel guys, right?
Is that where they're on?
Yeah. I know you got a little thing for them. I've been listening.
Because everybody who works for Disney is
gay.
What?
I know you got a little thing for him. I've been listening.
No, Joe Jonas is real cute.
Joe Jonas? Is it a little thing? Everybody knows.
He has a little thing? Well, I don't see any pictures of it. Oh, here's one. Look at that. That Joe Bell. What a pervert. Well, thanks, Jolly Joe. Wasn't that damn nice of him to send me this book?
Yes, it was.
I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do with it.
Muddy white-haired of him.
Maybe I can stick it in my...
Rectum.
That goes to show you how close attention he pays to this show. Looking to 5 more great years, Joe, at the full rate. Mexico City, Mexico. After the excitement of playing to 50,000 fans at the Texas State Fair, we were shocked to find out we'd be facing 80,000 people when we played a festival concert in Mexico. And who's this? Oh, here's Mom and Dad. They are laughing all the way to the bank. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine being daddy of these troglodytes? I mean, these great kids? Boy, this is just a big... Oh, it's big. There it is. I've been looking for it. It's big. You know, sometimes scrawny little guys, they surprise the hell out of you. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
Oh, yeah. Well, you wouldn't know.
That's right.
Scrawny guys. Like, oh, my God.
Oh, that? Oh, well. The biggest one I've ever seen in person in a locker room was on a guy shorter than me.
Really?
Shorter than most of us, yes.
My God, is that thing real?
Looked like an arm.
That other one, he's definitely...
Gay.
He's just too... The young one, he's a real screamer. He's a flamer. Joe, I don't know about, though. We'll have to check that all out. Well, thanks a lot, Jolly Joe. Boy, that book weighs about 100 pounds. Oh, my God. It's a big thing. And I got the disc here from... You can tell it's the holidays when packages start arriving. Because you know all the gifts I get, like on my birthday. I guess Joe felt that he slighted me badly on my birthday.
That's it.
And so now he's trying to make amends. Men's amends. And so he sent me that book about 3 amends, young men's. Burning up. I'm not exactly burning up looking at it. You know, I'm just, like I told you, I don't get... I'm too old to be aroused and stimulated by naked pictures or by any kind of pictures. I mean, if I see somebody that looks good, like that movie yesterday, Flipper's Last Adventure. Oh, wait a minute, is this another one of those question mark? Oh, yeah, here's Chinese. You want me to forward this to you?
Why?
Because you said forward you one of those that...
Oh, yeah.
What is... Man, you are just waiting for me to croak, I can tell.
That's right.
That's what Chris told me.
Mm-hmm. I'm a bloodsucker, remember?
Yeah, bloodsucker waiting for me to die. Let's see, forward, okay, to George. George. Okay, it's on its way, and it's just,
right.
I don't know what it is.
Wingdings?
Yeah, it's like hieroglyphics. And you'll tell me if that's what we were talking about before. Although the people that sent me the stuff from their Macs, that all came through just fine.
I don't think it's a Mac problem. I think it's their email format that they're using.
Can I have some money for a facelift lipo, or maybe I should just take a brick and smash myself in the face? God, I hate myself, says Adam. Good. Go out and play in the snow. Oh, the fake Larry King says, today seems like a slow day. Have the emails dried up? Since you are taking calls, why not make calls? Oh, get out of here. Here's another idiot telling me how to do the show. I'm not making calls. Call someone like Stan, Rimmer, Fat Hank, Mo, or Jicka. No. QAM hasn't been the same since they let Mo go. I would agree with that. Thank God. He led to a lot of material. I have a lot of Boca Brian bits. My favorite is sitting on a bench in Delray. I love a lot of them, says Larry. Have you ever thought of having him sit in on the show, or can he not work on the fly? He's like Tony Perkins. He'd never heard a fly. It would be interesting to give it a shot. No, it would not. If anything, he can do live Mower Geldy drop-ins. What do you think? I think you ought to mind your own business, fake Larry, and quit telling me how to do the show. Drop dead. In addition to which, all of a sudden now, there's a whole, since I ran out of here, a whole bunch of emails. Thank God.
So I got that email.
And?
Yeah, it's not like Chinese. It's actually Chinese.
It is?
Yes.
And?
So someone, like a Chinese person or someone in China, is spamming people, you among them, in Chinese.
Oh, I see. Well, good. I'd like to wish you and George the best wishes and happy holidays, says somebody, Mario. Love the show. Keep doing what you're doing and do not retire. Questions. Who's Paco? Paco is my Mexican friend, okay, and that's all you need to know. We aren't doing hanky-spanky, and that's the way it is. He's another dependent. Why do you have to sit there and watch that terrible show on MTV? Because that's what he wants to watch, you know. That's the price I pay for him hanging out and having lunch or whatever.
See, whoever wrote that must not be, like, married or have friends, and, you know,
right.
Sometimes you humor people when they're visiting.
That's right. I mean, he thinks it's funny. He doesn't think it's good. He thinks it's funny in a sick way, you know. He's a punk. Just get another TV set or tell Paco to go get some ice cream during that time that the show is on. You don't have to be tortured and forced to watch that garbage. But it's another chance for love. Don't you understand? It's a second chance at love. A shot at love, excuse me. Yeah, somebody ought to be shot, including that Tila Tequila bitch. Nasty, skanky. Did you see the story about the plumber making comments about McCain? Yes, I do. The honeymoon's over. Mario in Port St. Lucie. Well, that's why Mario's a little bit off his feed. How about that book from Jolly Joe, huh?
I thought that was very sweet.
Oh, no. My apologies in advance from Mike. He says, if you already mentioned, Miss Kamal got released from the Slammer today. No, I didn't see that. It's on the Scum Sentinel website.
Uh-oh.
Have to check that out. Miss Kamal is back. Look out, everybody. Hey, Miss Kamal.
You fairy.
You think they're going to hire him back at Channel 7?
No.
I'd like to suggest to everyone to listen to radio host Phil Hendry, it says, from the fake Joey Reynolds. Well, good. Have a good life, Joey, you and Phil. He'd like to suggest. Edward says, please explain. Oh, the Beast. Oh, here's a rip job on the Beast that is so sweet. I bet you Chris is going to squeeze himself when he hears this. Something to look forward to.
Okay.
Well, I'm printing it out. I don't want to read it off the monitor. Cornell from Miami. Heard you speaking about the scene in The Godfather. I'm a big fan also. I watch it every time it comes on. The scene when the guy is shaking with a cigarette was real. The guy had never been in front of the camera before, so he was really nervous, and they decided to keep it in. See, there's a little trivia. We didn't know that. Happy holidays, Cornell. Thanks. Did you know that?
Nope.
Enzo, the baker. For your father. For your father. Very interesting you consider to be Hamburg the most beautiful place in the world. You must have been there on that beautiful clear day during the summer. Even crappy Canada's got more beautiful places in the Rockies like Whistler, Victoria, and Banff. Well, I've never been to Whistler, Victoria, or Banff. I didn't say it's the most beautiful place in the world. I said it's the most beautiful place that I've been, is what I said. That beautiful lake. And it was a crystal clear summertime day. And I'm not really interested in any more of these stories. Oh, this is Grubba again. I thought we had him blocked. We'll block him again. With his stupid stories about Woodbine race fixing. What do I care about that? Why do I care? Do I care? No. I don't bet on the races at Woodbine. And here's another pull. Oh, block him again, okay? Block him. Here's a pull. If you had the financial means to buy an everyday sports car, which one would you own? Porsche 911, BMW M Series, Mercedes AMG Series, Audi RS Series, Corvette, Mustang, Viper, Ferrari, etc. That's not a bad pull. You like it?
I like it.
During the break, I'm going to do two things.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch the drum. Do you know how much those damn things cost? They're like 200 and some odd bucks.
Wow, expensive.
Damn expensive, and I pay for them out of my own pocket, at least up till the end of the year, another couple of weeks. Then everything's going to be expensed. Paper clips, staples, you name it, toilet paper, it's all going to be expensed. 223 votes on the poll. What's your favorite thing to do behind the wheel, steering wheel? Oh, and the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read from cover to cover my book from Jolly Joe Bell. I always told you he was a hell of a good guy. The Jonas Brothers. Looking forward to another 5 great years, he says. Is he serial? Didn't he ask you, do you think Neil's going to make it another 5 years? Didn't he ask you that?
I said, I don't think he's going to make it another 5 minutes.
Unless you leave, Joe, then I could make another 20 years. Now, he'll be around forever. You know, he's got them buffaloed. Listen to the Radio 67, listen to Music 45, pass some serious methane gas 27, dig one out of your nose 27, pop up at a cold one 24, how about a lukewarm one? Smoke a Philly blunt 14, masturbate 13, find a self-help cure for your senility 3, text a chronic 1, eat your boogies 1, put makeup on men or women 1, and phone a chronic, none so far.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names. The best
talent.
It's the big dog, Joe Rose. Weekday morning, 7 to 10.
Where South Florida sports
always matters.
Always matters.
Sports Radio 560 QAM. The sports leader.
Hey, yo, man, what's up with your fakakta, Mr. Porter?
Here's Andrew Dice Clay for Dice-A-Roni. All right, let's say you're eating. You're sick and f***ing tired of f***ing potatoes and that stovetop shit. Do like me, honey. Eat this. Dice-A-Roni. Come on, it's almost as simple as you. Put the f***ing bag in the f***ing pot and you turn on the f***ing stove. You think you can manage that, honey? Hey, bada bing, the f***ing thing's done. So, remember, Yankee Doodle came to town riding on a pony, stuck a feather up his ass and called it Dice-A-Roni. Oh! Dice-A-Roni, the tacky tasteless treat. Oh!
Okay, 11:32, we got our, in fact, I just printed out my first email for the new drum.
Yeah.
with a brand new toner cartridge I had already stuck in this morning. Isn't that exciting?
Very. Not.
Little drum roll. Oh, and guess what? The ugly Jonas brother, Kevin, really ugly, his favorite ice cream is Rocky Road, and he was born on November 5th.
How do you like that?
Oh, my God. I guess all us ugly people were born November 5th, and we love Rocky Road. And his favorite movie is About a Boy. Sounds really gay to me.
So I guess you have some bedtime reading now?
What is it?
You have some bedtime
No, I
reading
do
now?
not. No, I do not have bedtime reading. Well, here's a picture from Miami. They actually were in Miami once upon a time. Best ice cream ever, Ted Drew's frozen custard, but I don't know where that is. And there's a bunch of Polaroid pictures here from your friend Joey Jonas. If we're going to be talking about the Jonas Brothers, we're going to be out of business. I mean, at least Flipper, the old queens out there can relate like me, you know. Lou Calpin. Sandy. Hey, Sandy. But the Jonas Brothers? I never heard of the Jonas Brothers, to show you. And I never heard of Jesse McCartney either. He looks really cute, but you know. Is this turning into a fag show now? Is that it?
What do you mean turning
Listen, there's nothing else going on. It's the holidays, okay? Oh, and look at this. Joey Jonas's favorite ice cream is chocolate marshmallow.
Yeah.
I love chocolate. Haven't I been bitching about the fact I can't find it?
Well, there you go. You have an in.
Yeah. I have an in?
Mm-hmm.
How about an out?
Join the fan club, write him some mail, maybe he'll respond.
Favorite movie, Four Feathers. If I could have lunch with anyone dead or alive, it would be Abraham Lincoln. Favorite sport, soccer, he says. He likes to kick it around a little bit. Best day ever playing at the Texas State Fair. He's a certified New Jersey babysitter. Favorite musician, Paul McCartney. Not Jesse McCartney, Paul. Best advice someone gave me from his dad, even if you're at the top, live like you're at the bottom.
Rectum.
Woo! Holy cow. And his favorite place in the world, which shows that kids have no taste at all, Paris. Paris. A frog place. So I guess these kids are from Jersey.
Hey.
Maybe they're the byproduct of all that pollution, you know, the polluted, stinky air in Jersey. Maybe that's why a couple of them look so retarded. Anyway, thanks again, Jolly Joe. That was a real sweet effort, a gesture on your part. Wasn't that nice?
Yes, it was.
And I actually, was feeling really sour and negative about him until I opened up that package. Ask how I'm feeling now. Oh, that's bad. I don't want to be a relentless, heartless son of a bitch, even at this time of the year, you know. Dow is down only 38 points. What's wrong with that? Whole bunch of emails pouring in now. I truly prefer to cuss and flick people off. Come on, Neil, we're in South Florida. Keep ranting and raving. Peace, John. Thank you, John. Flick people off. What about watch TV? Brandon says. I know people who would do, and I've seen a lot of people watching something on TV while driving. It's common with more and more new cars. They tend to come with monitors and DVD players. Well, how do you like that?
Mm-hmm.
Brandon also says there was a story maybe a year ago or so where police have been coming across people who have monitors all over the car, especially in the headrests, and they're watching a porno. And if you're in the car behind them, chances are you're going to see it. Well, good, get right behind them. Barry Jackass says, after missing the honor roll in 2007, Howard Stern is back on the Lycos most popular search, coming in at number 8. Wow. Heavy duty. And when you hear who's number 1, it'll make you understand how important that is. Clay Aiken is number 1.
All right.
Clay Aiken, Barack Obama, Heath Ledger, Paul Newman, John McCain, Tupac Shakur, Johnny Depp, Howard Sperm, Travis Baker, and 50 Cent. What was that?
Steve Sloan Coffin.
What's Steve Sloan doing in there while we're on the air?
We're bringing the food from his client.
Oh, we're bringing the food from Danny Boy's. All right, that's coming up in about 24 minutes.
If Steve's in here, it's for a good reason.
That's right. You're just sucking around for the free food, that's all.
Of course, but it happens to be true. He doesn't come in here to yent.
Barry says, what I found most entertaining was the fact that whoever wrote this press release couldn't resist throwing in the following jab. Reappearing in 2008 after falling off the list in 2007 is Howard Stern, who despite seeing a continued decline in his Sirius satellite ratings, managed to keep himself in the headlines, marrying longtime girlfriend Beth Ostrowski. Of course, Howard couldn't have just made the list because of his talent and growing ratings. Instead, they suggest he made the list because of his marriage to Beth, says Barry, which only leaves one question: who the hell still searches the net with Lycos? This is the fake Barry. This must be, what's his name? Artie Lang must be doing the fake Barry.
It's a good point.
Oh, here's the fake Greg Budell. I know you're obsessed with me, but stop already. My many friends in Miami tell me you just can't stop talking about me. Right, I'm the one who keeps sending these fake emails, fake Greg. I wish you'd just shut up already. I'm not gay. I don't want to sleep with you, so find someone else to talk about. Get a life. Love, Greg. Oh, how weak. How weak. That's Jeremy, what's his name, Coleman. Dow's down 45 points. Here's the story from the Some Sentinel. A former South Florida TV weatherman arrested 4 years ago in an internet sex sting has been released from prison. The FBI, the Federal Bureau of Prisons, recently moved Bill Kamal, 51, out of a Massachusetts prison to a community supervision program in Philadelphia, records show. Local10.com reports that Ms. Kamal was placed in a halfway house program last week. It's unclear whether that's where he'll be ordered to remain through the end of his sentence in March. Ms. Kamal, who was chief meteorologist at Channel 7 for a decade, has pleaded guilty to charges he used the internet to arrange a sexual encounter with someone he thought was a 14-year-old boy. The person turned out to be an undercover detective with the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office. Deputies arrested Ms. Kamal when he pulled into a convenience store parking lot near Fort Pierce, where they say Kamal planned to pick up the boy. Inside Kamal's car, deputies say they found toys and condoms. WSVN fired Kamal immediately after his arrest. At the time, he was living near downtown Fort Lauderdale. A federal judge in February 2005 gave Kamal the minimum prison sentence for the crime, 5 years, and ordered him to pay a $20,000 fine and be put on probation for the rest of his life. Additionally, most states would clearly classify Kamal as a sex offender, require him to register as such when he takes up residence. So Ms. Kamal is out, but in Philadelphia. What is this? Ted Drew is a St. Louis operation. Ted Drew's. Oh, I see. It's the place they were raving about. What was it, a burger joint? What was it?
I don't know.
No, ice cream.
Okay.
The store is only open during the summertime, and the waiting line goes around the block. Thanks. See, there's the information about Ted Drew's. Remember Drewsy?
Sure.
No! They just opened a new Abbott's Frozen Custard branch near the airport in Kendall. It was on Deco Drive last night. Abbott's Frozen Custard from Rochester area, from Pittsburgh, New York. Of course, if it goes over as well as Vic and Irv's, that's because most of the people in South Florida have taste in their tuchus, okay? Remember Vic and Irv's with the White Hots and the whole deal? Thank God Wayne Arnold's will be open very soon and bring back the Rochester White Hots, because Vic and Irv's went over like halava in Saudi Arabia. Not good. Boy, little did I suspect or expect that it was going to be such a pressure day like this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd George go?
Hey, I'm right over here.
Oh, he's slacking again.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
It's the Mad Dog.
Jim Mandich. Afternoons, 4 to 7.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
Neil Rogers got.
You know, October was a busy month for me, so I was using my credit card quite a bit. A lot more than usual.
We noticed an unusually high level of activity in her account, and we thought, well, maybe her card's been stolen. So we gave her a call.
I was so surprised when they called me. Actually, all the charges were mine, but I was really impressed that they took the time to call.
Now, just to be on the safe side, we continued to watch her account. And then we noticed she was running up big bills at fancy restaurants. So we called and suggested that she watch her weight.
You know, I have to admit, I was getting a little chunky. But it was nice to know someone really cared.
Then we noticed numerous charges from the Shady Lane Motel. We suspected she was having an affair, so we called her husband.
Yeah, and I was really glad they called. Right away, I canceled her credit card and began having an affair with my secretary. I tell you, you don't expect service like that from just any credit card company.
Not just Visa. Sleazy Bank Visa.
Oh, that's it? When does the funny part start?
Because you're not going to get any.
Oh. Well, what are you? Oh, you're eating food now.
Oh,
That's
God.
What's going on? Oh, my God.
All
You talk about getting the old shine routine.
Move it
It's
over
like
here.
I'm not even here
Yeah.
anymore. Well, I got a package to go pick up somewhere down the street.
Uh-huh. I'll bet.
Yeah. It's Joe Jonas's package. It's a small package.
Have you ever had bacon-wrapped meatloaf?
No, but it sounds awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love bacon and I love meatloaf. Chocolate marshmallow. Maybe I could take Joe out for some chocolate marshmallow.
Joe Bell?
3 scoops. No, Joe Jonas. Screw Joe Bell. Thanks a lot, Joe. Boy.
What'd you get him for Christmas?
What I get, Joe? Oh, another 5 years.
All right.
Great radio. We will start Great Radio again someday. I don't know. I like the way we're doing right now. Kind of laid back, you know.
Mm-hmm. No pressure.
And like I told you, I don't want to see. It would be bad if now I started like poo-pooing the Jonas Brothers. But I already told you that before I got the book.
What?
That number one, I find them disturbing. At least the two really troglodyte ones. And number two, I could walk out of here right now. Because contrary to a lot of the negatory people, oh, Toronto's a bunch of yahoo, you know. There are so many beautiful people of all varieties and shapes and here. I could walk out and within the first block see 20 young guys better looking than any of them.
Mm-hmm. But do any of them sing as well as they do?
Better, I'm sure. Oh, my God. Right in the middle of George's lunch.
You know what you can do is you can get, those little microphones that they wear on their heads?
Mm-hmm.
Just walk around with one of those and then hand them to somebody. Hey, put this on. Let me see how you look.
No, I really appreciate the book. It's a nice gesture. It's something I really, it's interesting. It's timely.
I really appreciate this food.
It's not as good as tequila, tilapia.
But then what is?
Nothing.
It's another shot at love.
In fact, Joe has inspired me. Next 5 years, it's going to be all Jonas Brothers music all the time. That's our new floor mat. I think that's what he was hinting at. And I'm quick on the uptake. I mean, that's just awful. Sounds like he's in pain.
Sounds like someone's stringing like a cat or something.
Yeah, sounds like that boy's in pain.
When I thought it all been done, when I thought it all been said,
it's got to get better, doesn't it?
And I'll be fine.
Yeah. No. It doesn't get any. He just keeps whining
That's
and
right.
moaning. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Well, I'm sure I could make him make better sounds than that, but that's beside the point. How's the Dow doing? The Dow is up 4.5 points. See that?
No.
What is this? Voice of John Cowell, CNN all-platform journalist.
My assumption
In
is
Orlando.
that the police have certainly had an opportunity to ask as many questions as they would like to ask of the meter reader.
They found a skeleton of some little girl there, Kaylee Anthony's grandparents, near the home.
Great.
You know Kaylee, the one that the mother killed, alleged?
Right.
The one that the mother was out shopping and dropping while the little girl was missing? How do you like that? The skeletal remains of Kaylee Anthony's body have been found near her grandparents' home. I say fry mama.
Yep.
Fry mama. Oh, look at this. Former newsman Bill Kamala. I just got through reading that. Thank you so much. That's the kind of stuff that gets them really going. Ed in Fort Lauderdale says, check out number 4 answers below. Lincoln logs were invented by the son of architect Frank Long. This is boring. This is honest to God boring. Toys placed in a donation bin for needy kids at Walmart store were returned to the shelves and resold. True or false? What's the answer number? Oh, this is just false. False. Boring. Very boring. Whoever sent that. And he usually sends good stuff, that guy. They're out of material, man. Here's the profitability channel from Ruth King. Blow it out your ass, Ruth, okay? I don't care. Quit peddling crap. Well, I'm sure you do have an idea of how many people try to get to use this thing to peddle their own stuff. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Use me as a conduit to make them money. I got to worry about making me money, okay? Especially starting January 1. We're going to, start charging for the show.
That's right.
How many cents?
We're going to be mercenaries.
30 cents a day. What?
We're going to be mercenaries.
Oh, we'll survive. Somehow we'll survive. David in South Beach says, don't know if this is old news for you or not. Yes, it is. But I heard a promo on 93.1, the rock station here in Dayton, Broward, a few days ago, with Bubba Love Sponge saying he's taking over the morning slot starting January 5th. Yeah, it's old news. We talked about it until it's coming out of our ears. Barry Jackass, the fake one's been writing about it all week long, for 2 weeks. I suppose, if nothing else, it'll knock down the way overinflated ratings of Fat Paul and Old Ron, it says. It says, keep up the good work, and George is okay. I could care less about Fat Chris. Thanks, Dave in South Beach. It's old news. And we don't care anyway. Oh, but Bubba, he's like a revolutionary. Okay, great. I wonder if he's as revolutionary as Mancow, who had a point.
Oh!
One thing about the Norma's buddies over there at James Crystal Radio, no matter what they put on the air, it gets... Bill O'Reilly. Mancow. Everything they put on gets pretty much like that. I wonder how Mifo's doing on at 6:40 in the morning. You listen to that, Chris, at all? You hear Mifo?
Who? No.
Mifo de Florist. Now, here's that one about the Beast. There's stuff still trickling in. We only got 2 hours to go, and I'm going to put on my shoes and pants and go back to Woodbine.
You know what I do know, though?
What?
These sirloin tips are awesome.
And bacon
and
wrapped
tuna.
meatloaf.
Bacon wrapped meatloaf, tuna.
Sesame seared tuna. Look at that.
Yeah. Is it the big tuna?
It's the big tahuna.
Yeah. So Dan Marino's brought in the lunch today for everybody, and in 8 minutes we'll be putting that stuff on sale on WQAM.com. How many we got? 100?
Yes.
$150 certificates for $25. And this isn't some obscure place, like in Bumfork somewhere. This is Dan Marino's. Oh, Danny boy. What are we going to do about those lips, Danny? Here's one that says, please explain to me why the Beast is employed in radio. I know he has a face and body made for radio. That's obvious. But his voice, the only thing you can use on this medium is disturbing, to say the least. He's disturbing, all right, even more disturbing than the Jonas Brothers. This is a hyperbole. I have to change the station when he speaks because the sound of his voice is nauseating. I won't even get into the fact that he's an idiot and his opinions and comments are moronic. That I can deal with. But this is how most sports talk radios, uninformed losers, giving opinions mean nothing, fine. But they have him read sports updates as well. He can't read copy. You think that after years and years he'd get the hang of it. Worst of all is just the sound of his slobbering voice. And I know, by the way, that Jolly Joe Bell agrees with you and wants him off the air now. He sounds like he's got a mouthful of spit, or is it Schmidt? Yeah, that's true. I never mentioned that. He's always got spittle in his mouth, right?
Maybe he's got a mouthful of food.
Please, Neil, get someone... Get some loot together and buy him an effing spittoon, says Edward. How do you like that? You're right on. Rock solid, Edward, is what you are.
Rock solid.
Right on target. I'm not buying him no spittoon. I wouldn't spit on the best part of him if I could find it. How we doing on your poll? What's our goal? We did big. We did over 1,100 on that one from yesterday. 285.
I can't talk today.
What?
It was too low.
You can't talk with food in your mouth? Oh, here's one from syphilitic Jimmy Syphilis. I heard you take a shot at my good friend Henry Barrow. Henry has been trying to lose weight for years, you cruel son of a bitch. Trying to lose weight. Henry's a great person, broadcaster, and newsman. He hasn't been the same since Mike Ranieri passed away a few years ago, but what do you care? You keep ripping great broadcasters like Henry and my friend Joe Zagacki. They have more talent than you'll ever have. You're a professional malcontent. I made it to network TV with NBC. What have you done besides jump station to station? What's next, Hess or Exxon? No other radio station will hire you, and you know it, says the fake Jimmy Syphilitic. Maybe it's the real one. Hey, Jimmy.
I can't talk today.
Oh, that's the Beast.
You fairy.
Oh. Something that always really annoys me is annoying TV shows. What about a poll on that? Annoying TV shows?
Yeah, we've done that poll in various ways over the years.
Boy. What about another shot at love? I will not watch that again. I'm serial. If he puts that on again, I'm going to go take a half-hour dump.
Shoot him.
What?
I said shoot him.
Here's one from Brandon. I wonder where Joe brought the Jonas Brothers book. No, they had it sent to me, I guess. Did he do it discreetly from Amazon, or did he actually walk into a bookstore and buy it, and then the clerk looks at him with this book? Now, I don't think the clerk would look at Jolly Joe or anybody else. I mean, what's wrong with that? Just a grown man buying a book about the Jonas Brothers? Huh? I mean, when you walk out, the clerk is thinking like that, but, you know.
Say, it's for my daughter.
That's exactly right. Like, what's his name said, Lee J. Cobb in The Exorcist. And then later on, I lied, it was for me. He was so great, Lee J. Cobb. You know, I don't know if we actually ever did it, the most underrated actor of all time. Did we do that one?
Yes.
But he certainly has to be in the running. I mean, he was just a great, great actor. Don't you agree? Yes.
Yes.
Answer the question, Father Paranoia. He had a great voice. He was a real manly man, you know.
A man's man.
Hey, I guarantee you Lee J. Cobb wouldn't have brought the Jonas Brothers book. I'll guarantee you that. It's for my daughter. I lied. It was for me. Oh, boy. I got to watch that again. I've got the unexpurgated one, the new one with all the special effects and all the crap, you know?
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing how they keep reinventing all these things?
Not amazing.
I was faxing you 4 pages to be signed. Ba-da-beep, ba-da-boop, ba-da-bop. Oh, my God. You will need a copy of a corporate resolution faxed along with the 4 pages that you should have. What in God's name does that mean? This is just, it's more than, wow. It's more than anyone should have to deal with, especially in the middle of a show.
Yeah.
Oh, go away, Bill. Okay, he's a great guy. 11:57 at QM. You better get with it because the Neil deal's coming up in 3 minutes or less. Neil's half-price deals are the hit of the town, and today, one of our favorites in 3 minutes. You can buy $50 certificates for $25 to Dan Marino's restaurant, South Miami's home of first-class dining and entertainment. Inventive recipes, a cosmopolitan decor, seasoned staff, and a full-time chef ensure that an afternoon or evening at Dan Marino's will be a memorable one. And like Dan himself, Dan Marino's is dedicated to giving their guests a legendary experience. During football games, Marino's has got great beer specials, too. Just $3 draft imports. If you're looking for a place for your holiday party, large or small, Dan Marino's can accommodate your group. Give them a call at 305-665-1315. Located at the Shops of Sunset in South Miami, it's Dan Marino's Restaurant. And in just a couple of minutes, go to WQM.com to buy $50 certificates and have price just $25. But hurry, because once they're gone, you know what happens.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names, the best talent. You're listening to Sports Radio 560 WQAM. Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
This is Brady Quinn. Whenever I shave my balls, I listen to the Neil Rogers 12 to 1 hour.
Oh, for those nights when you feel like a woman.
Yo, Margot, you feel like a woman?
Yeah, I feel like a woman.
Well, then, hey, let's go get one.
All right.
That's the time for Lady Brute.
Yeah, after a tough day at the precinct, I smell like a man, which I hate. So I splash on some of this stuff, you know? And then I head down to the bar. Hey, you got a problem with that, Sparky?
Lady Brute, when you feel like a woman.
So, Cupcake, hey, you want to dance?
New from Fabergé.
Okay, 12:02 at 560. I'm sure enjoying some of these oldie moldies, you know?
Me too.
No, you're enjoying the lunch is what you're enjoying.
That
Don't
too.
lie to us. Well,
It's a good day today.
wow, it is a good day. Got my gift from Jolly Joe Bill, which I never dreamed I'd live to see the day that would happen. Now, let's see. The certificates are going. We got 59 left. So we sold 41 very fast. We got 59 to go for Dan Marino's. The food is spectacular. It's on Sunset Drive in the Shops at Sunset Place. So, you know, it's right within the hollering distance of just about everybody. Right?
Yep.
56. We'll get them all gone. Boy, that bacon-wrapped meatloaf is just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You got that, too?
Oh, yeah.
Now it's up 39 points. Oh, happy day. What a day. I just got a whole bunch of forms to sign and fax and potchkey around with here for my financial guy, who's a great guy, does a good job for me. He just doesn't understand that like 10 to 2 I'm doing a radio show every day. No, he really doesn't.
A lot of people don't do that. Don't understand that.
What?
What we do for a living. I have to keep explaining it to
No, but during the break, I got that all done. I signed all the stuff, and in the next break, I'll fax it to where it's supposed to go and hopefully do it right. And no, I will not be calling you, Bill. I will not, because I'm doing a radio show. But nevertheless, have no fear. The old coot is here. So here's that poll suggestion from Julio. If you had the financial means to buy an everyday sports car, which one would you buy? I like that. I'm putting it in my poll pile as we speak. So what else you got? Did they bring any desserts or stuff like that? I hope not.
No, I don't think so.
Not at all. 51 to go on the Marino's restaurant on the certificates. And with the way the economy is now, you'd think a lot of people would be grabbing on there. I mean, you know, $50 certificates for $25. Who the hell can get a meal for $25? Right?
Right.
We got 51 left. So almost half of them are gone in about 3 minutes. That's not bad. Is it?
No, it's good. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I have a mouthful.
Now, I'm sure you do. Wouldn't be the first time either. George has got a mouthful.
That's right.
Georgia Middle School. Oh, several Richmond County educators are being reprimanded after officials uncovered a sex scandal involving teachers, coaches, and the principal of an Augusta middle school. How do you like that, bunch of preverts? Superintendent Dana Bedden says 7 Spirit Creek Middle School faculty members, maybe somebody's been bedding them, have been implicated in a series of incidents that included daytime sexual encounters on an inflatable mattress in the school's public safety orifice. On an inflatable mattress, how do you like that?
All right, I like it a lot.
Oh, this is from Lifeless Adam again. No students were involved in any of the encounters, which came to light after a former teacher sent an email about the allegations to school system leaders. Denise Ogden resigned in November after her involvement in a love triangle that also cost former principal Sharon McElvey and her former school board public safety officer Ronnie Collins their jobs. How do you like that? Here's one from Eric the Hialeah surveyor. He says, I was just wondering, I'm a 22-year-old land surveyor who's always driving around South Florida and in a work truck, and I'm an avid listener. I was just curious if I was the youngest person listening to AM, and if I am, should I get a life? Love you, Neil. I'll smoke one for you, George, and keep on keeping on, the show rules. Eric the Hialeah survivor. Well, we need to find somebody younger than 22 who's listening to AM, listening to the show. I'm sure we got a few, not many. Not anymore, anyway. Back when the show was funny, then... Oh, no. Girls fired after soak in KFC sink. Oh. Woo. Some weird stuff going on. Hijinks in the sink at an Anderson fast food restaurant have cost 3 girls their jobs. After closing the Anderson Kentucky Fried Chicken one recent night, the girls stripped to their underwear or changed into bathing suits and took a bath in the dishwashing sink. One of them posted the photos of the event on her public MySpace page. The girl's manager said she first learned of the photos on Tuesday and suspended the trio. On Wednesday, they were fired, said Rick Maynard, KFC spokesman. I wonder if they were like extra crispy.
Ooh.
KFC has 0. What are those things I like? The chicken nuggets?
The popcorn chicken.
Popcorn chicken. Oh, God, those are good. KFC has 0 tolerance for violations of our operating standards, and our franchise has taken immediate action by terminating the employees who were involved, he wrote in an email. Asked whether there had been a similar situation at other KFCs, he replied, of course not. You crazy goofball, you. Of course not. You jackass, you idiot. Miramar students suspended over classroom sex. Boy, a lot of hanky-spanky going on. They're learning something in school. They're learning to diddle in the middle school. Evidently. Not that that's anything new. Don't you think they ought to have that like diddling class so that people could learn to diddle right?
Yeah, volunteering to be a teacher's aide.
3 students at Glades Middle School in Miramar were suspended this week and face expulsion after school administrators say they were engaged in inappropriate sexual activity in a classroom. 1 female and 2 male 7th graders may have been involved in sexual activity for several weeks, school district spokesman Keith Bromry said. Well, 7th grader is how old, like 13?
Okay. You want me to do math?
Well, 2 7th grade teachers have been reassigned to work away from students while the district investigates, Bromry said. The activity was allegedly going on in their classroom. They're responsible for maintaining a certain decorum, he said. He said none of the students are being accused of rape. Other students they may have been involved aside from the 3 suspended, all of whom are about 13 years old. See, I know my math, mister. These 3 are the perpetrators, Bromry said. They were sticking it. Principal Krista Herrera sent a letter home with students Tuesday assuring parents students at the school are safe. Glades Middle School in Miramar. They're safe. I mean, pack some condoms in the lunch pail, but they're safe. How we doing with Danny Boy, by the way? We got 41 to go. They're going pretty good in chunks. We started with 100. We got 41. $50 certificates for $25. Go to WQAM.com. I'm not even looking on the left-hand column with that big air conditioning thing.
Yeah, don't.
Go in the right-hand column and scroll down till you find my puss and click on that, and it'll get right to where you need to go. Right?
Right.
You betcha. Let's see. This was from a 10:30 from the fake Berry. Sounds like everyone's out of material today. Give me a few minutes. I can drum up some crap for you. I'm still waiting for your crap, Berry, and it's like 2 hours later almost, hour and a half. Can you send me a check for my contribution to your show? No. No chance to bring in Stan? No. I wouldn't mind hearing his cough a couple more times before he croaks. I think Brandon is the fake Berry jackass. It's just the verbiage here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He did have a couple of good bits during the INZ days, but that was a coon's age ago, it says. I don't know if, let's see, INZ No, Brandon wouldn't even been around back then. He would have been like 4 years old. So like I said, don't start blaming Brandon for the fake Barry jackass. You always blame people for stuff.
Yeah.
Dow's up 35 points. Aren't you excited about that?
Nope.
33 left on Marinos. I think we're going to sell them all out this hour. And then they will fear us. Then they will fear us. You think? Nah. Not some old queen that's got a book about the Jonas Brothers sitting on top of the monitor. On top of the DCS monitor?
Yeah.
Hello, we're the Jonas Brothers, it says. Here's naked snapshots from the road. Oh, my God. I have only one thing to say to Nick. He's the youngest one, Nick.
Yeah.
I'll find it.
You call that a hairy penis?
Who was a hairy penis? Oh, he was the PD of what station?
Ours. Harry Valentine.
Oh, that's right. That was my nickname for him, Harry Penis.
Yes.
I don't remember how that evolved, but...
I do.
Well, you got a memory. Harry Valentine. Yeah. What an obscure idiot he was. He was one of Buddy Bud's friends, right, Paxson?
Yes.
And
Walt Sabo's friend.
Oh!
And
Walt Sabo.
And you're obsessed with penis, and so...
I am?
Yes.
Not his.
Nevertheless. It's all you think about.
It is not. Well, yeah, go ahead.
Nothing, I'm done. His first name is Harry.
Why does this say, is it Schuler's or Marino's? I'm showing Marino. It's Marino's. Nobody ever said it was Schuler's, okay? Who sent that?
I don't know.
A buffet of fart sounds. Here's a link to a buffet of fart sounds. First of all, I don't do links, and secondly, even if I did, could I play it? No.
We have our own.
We got plenty of our own. Oh, back up to 35, by the way. We had a couple of diddlers in there. Chicken X using the Zayres card again. He pulled out the Zayres and Jefferson's and Monkey Ward cards. Monkey Wards, boy. How is it possible that so many businesses went under, you know? Was it bad management? Was it bad merchandise?
Yes.
Was it bad luck?
All of these things.
All of these things.
Ask Jeremy Coleman and Mel Karmazin that question when Sirius pulls the plug. How's that stock doing, by the way? Let me check it. Okay, Sirius XM radio stock report, quote, and news, and I clicked on it, and I hope it's at least 16 cents. 15 cents. Oh, no. The market's up 35 points, but Sirius is down. Down. Gotta go up and not down is what Goofball Zach said when he was busy destroying the morning show. What is that?
I don't know.
Can you... Huh?
Wasn't me.
Well, most unexpected here.
Sounded like a Lodiga naturally.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
It's the DA Show.
Weeknights from 8 to 11.
Here on
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
Beware of exploding balls.
It's the all-new Leave It to Beaver, starring Barbara Billingsley, Hugh Beaumont, Tony Dow, and Clint Eastwood as the Beaver.
That sure neat ring you got there, Beaver. I don't see any carrots, Beaver.
Whitey, you idiot. It's 14-karat gold.
What's that you have there, Beaver? Beaver's got a gold ring, Judy. Doesn't look like real gold to me.
Hey, Judy, bite me.
I'm not allowed to bite stuff. I go to an orthodontist.
All right then, Judy. Bite this.
You really showed her, Beaver. Yeah, you really showed her.
Oh, here's a caustic email. I can tell. I can smell it.
Yeah.
I just Googled Jonas Brothers, and every picture looks like they're wearing heavy makeup. Pathetic. Also, in every picture looks like a stylist put together their outfits for them. How lame is that? The whole act is something like some promoter put together and promotes in a neat package for a very specific audience. That's right, young girls and old fags. You got it. So who denies that? Am I saying that they're a great musical group? Do they make any real music? No. Boy, hostile. You know? Hostile. Over what? Over 3 punky little kids from Jersey. 34 or 28 now on the certificates. They're moving in chunks. Don't get all nervous now, Fatso.
Okay, I won't.
I'm going to have to move to another disc.
Okay.
My ACN library. Well, how many are there? Like 6,000? That should take us through the 5 years. Then what do we do after that?
53.
53 what, discs?
Yes.
No, but then there are also the gold.
That's what I'm talking about.
What?
There are 53 gold discs.
No, but then there's another one. Let me see what they call
Right.
it. One moment, please. Well, no, that's interesting because the original is called the Gold Library, and then there are these other ones. Don't you remember the other ones with the red thing on the back? Like, for example, here's CD 41 from the, I don't know, is that included? And then this is perfect for the Jonas Brothers and people of that ilk. This is where this came from. This is one of the best ACNs in years, ain't it? No?
Yes.
I think it's pretty good.
We dance like sissies, we sing. You fairy. Like wussies, but we must tell you, we swear we're not.
Yeah, okay, now let's start listening to some of these that we never played before, like Jello MOLD.
Just the other day I had a barbecue, asked everybody if they'd bring some food. Granny came by with some Tupperware, I knew there was something kind of gross in there. There was fruit and nuts inside, when little kids see it they began to cry. It was green and jiggly.
Oh, not too good. A little too countryish for me. How about brown boogers?
Wake up with your nostrils full of goo.
Finally.
Doc says you just might have some kind of flu. If you reach your pit, you get all uptight. Better find a cleaners, 'cause there's no place to wipe. Brown boogers, you got to dig them out. Woo! Brown boogers, don't put them in your mouth. Sneeze in your hand and it's quite a mess. Wipe it on the curtains, now you're getting grotesque. No, if you blow, you can feel alright. Try not to pick a waiting at a stoplight. Brown boogers, sometimes you pick and roll. Woo! Brown boogers, it's better if you blow.
You know, now that I think of it, that sound, we don't know that's really coming from the nose. Think about it. Uh-oh, sorry, Joyce.
Them boogers got to go. Stand back, I'm gonna blow. I said,
See, one thing about all these ACN bits going way, way back, and, well, the We Swear We're Not Gay, that one was pretty good. But the rest of them, I mean, they're not like dirty or they're not like hysterically funny, but they're like, yeah, like that.
Yeah.
They always were and they always will be, I guess. And some of them, they just blow. Well, I sure hope that wasn't an ass blow. Sorry, Joyce. Yeah, think about it. It could be. That sounded more like an ass blow than that zipper thing we got. 17 is all we got left on Danny Boy Marino's. And just, I'm jonesing for a really great meal just based on what you were telling me there, describing that chow.
It was great.
And of course, Tubby over there, he's like in a coma, rolled over in the corner.
I don't know if you're a meatloaf fan.
Yes, I love meat. I don't like
good.
meatloaf. I love it.
This was great.
Really?
Meatloaf with the gravy and the mashed potatoes with the skins on them.
We did do the first break this hour, right?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot to cross it off, which is very unusual for me. Usually I'm like 2 hours ahead crossing out, trying to make the show go faster that way. And I could be wrong, but it seems to me that we got an awful lot of extraneous crap going on here. At least I do. Faxing pages for my financial guy, and I'm going down picking up packages. Although, if I wouldn't have gone downstairs and picked up the packages, I wouldn't have had the burning up on tour with the Jonas Brothers for my close personal buddy Joe Bell. That was like a nice thing. I didn't know he had it in him, you know? Because he likes to put on this air of being a real nasty, ill-tempered bastard, you know?
Yeah.
And he does that very well.
Maybe
Joe's pretty good. Hey, Joe. He's 19. and looks about, what, 10? That's the problem. It creates a bad image problem. Oh, he's a pedophile. No, I'm not. I just wish he'd butch up a little bit more, put on a little bit more weight, look a little more manly would be good. Come on, eat a salami sandwich. In fact, maybe we could take Joe to Dan Marino's.
There you go.
And put some meat on his bones. What do you say?
Go for it.
Yeah, these are, songwriting and recording. Now, you will agree that they're great musicians because they write their own music. Isn't that always one of your... Huh?
No.
Sure, that's what you always say.
No.
If people write their own music, that makes them great
not what
musicians.
I've ever said. No.
Oh, sure.
No.
Isn't that what he says,
No.
Chris?
I don't remember hearing that.
I thought we were going to keep you around for a while, Chris.
I'm sorry.
You're starting to take sides with what's
against
his
the
name,
family?
Knucklehead there?
Taking sides against the family?
Yeah, don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again. Ever. Wow, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, look at that. Look at this thing here. It's enough to make you want to... And all these little kids. I'm looking at these kids in the audience, and I'm looking to see if there's any guys or they're all chicks. There's guys. Like 20-something guys, probably perverts.
That's a grand total? There's 20-something guys?
I hope you choke on that bacon.
I'm
Boy,
done.
this one, what's his name, Kevin? The one that was born on November 5, he is just, we can't help it. We're born with what we got, But how could the same parents have made those three kids? One looks like from Mars, the other one is ugly as sin, and the other one is cutesy wootsy, Cutesy. Hey, Tootsie, you're kind of cutesy. How are we doing on the certificates? We got 17 left still? 21. Oh, we had 4 ringers in there. I hate that. Oh, Richard Weinstein is back. Weinstein. I've sent you an email before on the subject. You guys laughed at me. I'd like to explain further why sometimes screwing around with other guys does not necessarily mean that a guy is gay. I agree with that. George gets very upset when he hears that. I agree with that.
I don't get upset. Your delusion does not upset me at all.
You see, when I was 18 years old, I had to do some time in prison because of a drug possession charge. I was young and out of control, Neil. I needed to get my act together. There are a lot of guys in prison with nothing to do, and there are a lot of fights, and yes, Neil, some sexual activities, too. Oh, no. At first, when I got locked up, I was really scared, didn't want to get raped at it or beaten up. The older guys in prison told me to relax. None of that stuff would happen to me if I minded my own business, and also explained to me that guys locked up for a while sometimes do what they got to do, and that doesn't make them gay. He explained to me the only guy who takes it in the bleep is gay, but the guy who gives it is not. Yeah, that's the Italian. In Italy, that's the way they look at it. I've told you that. It sounded crazy to me, but he told me to try it and see for myself if it would turn me gay. At first, I didn't want to because I'm not gay and I don't like guys. But after a few months, I started to see things differently. It was so boring in prison, there's nothing to do, so I said to myself, why not? After doing this a few times myself, I realized I still wasn't gay, and doing it wouldn't make me turn gay, and the other guys were right. The guys I did it were, but I still wasn't. So I wasn't afraid anymore. I just kept doing it. In prison, this is normal because guys in jail do this kind of thing all the time. None of them are gay. They're just doing what they have to do. Like I said, it's normal. After I got out of the penitentiary, I started watching a lot of sports, even though I had no interest in sports before I went to prison. He wanted to butch up, I guess. Even started listening to Sports Talk Radio, too, which is how I find your show. Oh, when you listen to Sports Talk Radio, that immediately makes you gay. Oh, boy. Poor Dick. I don't do this all the time like you gay guys do, Neil. Just sometimes, from time to time. Every once in a while, but sometimes with great interest. I can admit this to others, Neil, because I'm secure in my masculinity. I'll also admit that I get very, very excited when I watch sports like most guys do. So what if my Johnson gets hard because I watch guys in tight pants chase a ball around? Why wouldn't it? That doesn't mean I'm gay. In prison, everybody knows that it's the guy who takes it that's gay and not the guy who's doing the screwing.
Sure, it's in the manual.
You might laugh and try to say this makes a guy gay. No, I wouldn't say that. But I'm telling you that in prison it's understood the guy who gives it is still straight. End of story. I learned this fact while I was in prison. Oh, and it goes on and on and on.
Yeah, well, that settles it.
This thing goes on forever. I'm glad to clear this up and set the record straight on this, says Dick.
Biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names. The best talent. It's the Big O. Orlando Altogether. Afternoons 2 to 4. Sports Radio 560 QAM. The sports leader.
You're gay.
big implants. Tell me they're natural and not just silicone. Babe, I'm looking at your sweater and there's something big inside. Yeah, baby. Kind of moving around, bouncing up and down. Just promise me, baby, that they didn't come from now. No, they didn't. Are they a forgery? Did you get some surgery? And I'll do a big cartwheel to find out that they're real. Because I don't want no plastic just these. I don't mean to be a slob, but did you get a boob job? I don't mean to be rude. I wanna see your boobs. There's things I wanna feel.
I don't think I ever played that. Did you?
Never heard it before in my life.
And it's okay. It's not great. I mean, it's no Jonas Brothers, but then again, what is? The Dow's up 8 points.
Okay.
Hey, it's better than down 200.
Yeah, I'll take it.
It's up 10 now. You want to see what the price of oil is? Let's get a barrel of oil and I'll have a big party in it.
We'll have a barrel of fun.
Roll out the barrel. Remember that? You couldn't find it that time. Roll out the barrel.
I think I might have found
Toronto
it.
Stock Exchange is up 4 points. 4 points. Oil is 47.88. That's bad. Get it down to about $10 a barrel. Screw those damn Saudis. Is that a bad term to call the Saudis sand monkeys? Would that be bad?
Probably.
Oh, too bad. Sand monkeys. Oh, you hear the sirens? They're coming. As soon as I said that, they're coming to take me away. That's because we got all these terrorists in my building. Good God. $47.95 for oil. It was down to like 41-something the other day, and all of a sudden it's making a comeback. They just keep manipulating it, and you know what happens when you keep manipulating? Oh, and the loonies up to 82 cents. Not good. Oh, where's some help from my good friend Maria B. when I need it? How are we doing on the stuff there? 17?
16.
16. All right, you load 16 tons, and what do you get? We got 16 certificates left for Marino's outstanding restaurant in the Shops at Sunset Place in Miami. Sunset Drive, 5701 to be exact. Well, that's like my old Kendall stomping grounds.
Yep.
You know what else used to be there on Sunset?
Dolls.
The first Godfathers.
Oh.
Godfathers. With that, the manager was that young kid Javier. Oh, baby. Yeah. It would be a treat to eat at Godfather. It was great. Now, I wonder why that never made it big in, what am I asking? It was too good, like Vic and Irv's, you know. I mean, Godfather's is still in business, right? Isn't Omaha their headquarters? Google Godfather's Pizza and see if it's got to be still around if they're still at Hess. It's the best if you buy it at Hess. Get gas in the car and gas in your ass. Godfather's. Remember when they brought it in that time?
Yep.
Good stuff.
Still around.
I mean, it's still around. But in South Florida, like, we don't like it. It's, I don't know. It's not for Cubans. It's not for Jews. We don't like it. It's for anybody who's got good taste. That's what it's for. It's good stuff. Godfathers. And you know what else used to be there in that same strip shopping mall on Sunset?
Dalt's?
No, there was a Dalt's, but not in that strip shopping center. There was a Taco Viva or Taco Ole. I'm not sure what with the squeeze cheese. You know, with that real. Oh, those burritos with the squeezed cheese and onions. God, I love that. Taco Viva, I believe it was. So many good places and long gone. Boomer says, FYI, I used a Neumann omnidirectional microphone and real soft tissues to capture whatever I may have left in my nostrils this morning. Happy blowing. George has the reel somewhere of that other EFX. Is this a real person?
Yeah.
Boomer?
He's the guy that we always go through this. He sent us the Larry Wigs Out thing.
Oh, did he?
A while back, yeah.
It says, F. Joyce, that's a real nose blow. That's real. The nose, baby. So don't be doing this ass blow, okay, Joyce?
The nose blows.
Yeah, and so does the ass. But that was up 14. Let's just keep giving that number over and over, drive everybody nuts. Oh, we can't stand it. The pressure is 16 left. Why don't we get down to like about 10? Then I'd have confidence we're going to sell them all out. Not that it makes a difference. Does it make a big difference if we sell them all out or not?
No.
No. I mean, it would be nice.
And
nice
we will.
Like the old, huh?
We will.
It would be nice like the old days when we sold them out in like a minute and when everybody had a lot of money and stuff like that. Now everybody's broke. That's why at 2 o'clock I'm going to go make me some money. You don't believe me, do you?
Well, you're going to hope to.
I hope. I'm going to try. And hopefully there won't be any obnoxious Russian women there, loudmouth screaming, "Hey, Doris, Esther." Oh, my God. Jesus, I'm sitting right here, lady. Can't you tell you're screaming in my ear, you nasty, crazy old bitch? Jesus. Here's one from Mike who says, Drew Rosenhaus sucks. Tell us something we don't know, Mike. It's a good email, though. I was stuck in traffic this morning, and this is what I heard on the Joe Rose Show when Drew Rosenhaus-Steenkranzberg was on. Do you think anyone that has a life cares about the following? 1, Drew has a date coming up this weekend with a local dentist from Aventura. Yeah, I wonder what his name is. 2, Drew dated a Playboy centerfold in the past week. He says they did not click, so he moved on. 3, Drew dated a young Jewish girl that his mother introduced him to this past week. 4, Drew dated a local realtor in the past week who's in her 30s. 5, Drew is going to T.O.'s birthday party Monday night to score some new tail. And 6, Drew has a fantastic relationship with his father. And Mike says, Jesus Christ, is this what sports holes find entertaining? No, it's not, which is why our audience is vanishing like flies from a Schmidt pile. Wow. Drew Rosenhaus. He is an evildoer. Alex Marvez, Drew Rosensteinkrantz, Ira Windbag, and who's the other one they always have on?
Kirk Street.
Kirk Jerk Street. Evildoers, destroying. You know, it wasn't bad enough that Clarence got all these stiffs on there before on the Kenny and Blow morning show. That wasn't bad enough. Now we got a whole new group of stiffs. Drew Rosenhaus, self-promoting jackass. He's no Jimmy Syphilitic, but yeah, let's put him over on Jimmy's show. What do you say? 12 we're down to now. See, we'll get these out this hour. Right?
Yep.
Hundreds, a lot of certificates, man, especially when our audience is down to about 50 people and when nobody's got any money, too. Bad.
Biggest names.
Things are bad, baby.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports lead.
The biggest names, the best talent.
Yes.
It's the big dog, Joe Rose. Weekday morning, 7 to 10. Where South Florida sports always matters. Sports Radio 560 QAM. The sports leader.
After further review, Buffalo still sucks. Oh!
I had a blind date when I was 17. She showed up wearing big old jeans. In one pocket was silverware. Now on the phone she sounded so sweet, but I could tell she really liked to eat, 'cause she brought along her own Frigidaire. At the restaurant, she was my guest. Looked at the menu and just said yes. She had a barbecue stain on all 3 chins. The food was all of her as it was sailing in. She ate 3 prime ribs like they was just a snack. She didn't need a plate, she just used a trough. She even ate the tablecloth, and I just can't forget someone that fat. Then she undid her pants, and I thought that she was through. Then she got her second wind, and the shoveling resumed. She ate mincemeat pie and a pound of pork. She used her hands when she lost her fork. For her, a side of beef, an aphrodisiac. And with every burp she left behind a cloud. I never heard anything that loud, and I just can't forget. No, a man can't forget. I said, I just can't forget someone that fat. Oh, not someone that fat.
12:45 at 560 WQM. I can see why I never used this disc before, except for that one cut.
Yeah.
But, hey, listen, we never heard these before recently. It's no Jack in the Box.
But then what is?
And it is most definitely no.
It puts the lotion in the basket.
That. We're down to 7 certificates alleged. Are you buying that, Chris? You believe it?
Oh, we'll find out soon.
We'll see if some come back, because we were 60, and then it went back up to 19. Now it's 7.
Yeah, since
7.
about 60 left, we've had someone messing around.
Really?
Yeah. Because there would be like 4 or 5 would sell, then a couple minutes later they'd come back, and then they'd be fine for about 10 minutes, and they'd come back again.
Well, if Chicken would stop trying to use his Jordan Marsh card on there, what do we got? Still says 7. 0707. I think that was our phone number at one of the stations, W Snooze or INZ. And Larry, can't you say 0707? 7. Can't stand that. Oh, here's Brian, who sent something from his iPhone. The only problem is there's no message. Hey, Brian, baby, thanks for the memories, but there's no message. To poll at neilrogers.com. There's no poll. There's no nothing. Isn't that a shame? Try it again, Brian. Oh, look, there's that Tealy Bayi Florida News crap again. Delete. Wouldn't you like to know who the hell that is and just beat the crap out of them? Yeah, I would.
Oh, I got some people on the list already. My list is very full.
And let me tell you also, Adam from Waterloo Kitchen or whatever, stop. Says, what's the name of that really good deli by Aventura? Was it Famous Deli or something like that? I've been meaning to go for a long time. Maybe I'll make it down this weekend. He's going to make it down. Thanks, and I'll go away now. Oh, thank God. Goodbye, Adam. Get a life. Go get a body lift. Have them put, like the thing with 2 heads, have them put Rosie Greer's head on your body. I'm going to send that to you.
Okay.
Well, I mean, after Jolly Joe Bell sent me the Jonas Brothers book, aren't you shocked and amazed and somewhat amused?
Not shocked.
Well, it means he's listening religiously to the show. Well, somebody has to.
Right.
This is the Joe Bell version of the Neil Rogers Show, and he thinks it's just great. Well, what did that note say? Let me find the note. Can't say I've never given you anything. Have a great holiday season. I'm looking forward to 5 more great years. Joe. Joe Mama. On QAM stationery, no less.
Wow.
I better frame that, baby. I'm looking at this one picture. The brothers are on stage here in concert, and I'm not really sure if Joe has got his hand behind his back
Rectum.
or in his pants. No, it's behind his back. Maybe he's feeling his own.
Rectum.
Maybe he's got his finger up his butt. That's bad. I bet you there's a lot of you perverts out there who would like to stick your finger up his butt. Wouldn't that be bad?
For who?
For him. Especially if they all did it at once. Woo! Man. Talk about a cluster crap. How's Mr. Bluster doing, by the way, from the Howdy Doody Show? Princess, Summer, Fall, Winter, Spring, and Mr. Bluster.
Who?
How you doing, Mr. Doody? When you stop... Oh, and now we're down to 5, alleged. We're down to 5 certificates. You better grab them while they're hot, while they're still lukewarm. For Dan Marino's down there in South Dade. Godfather's, Taco Viva, Norman Brothers Produce. That's still there, right?
Mm.
What do you mean? You don't get down there very often?
No.
Did you say Taco Viva?
Taco Viva or Taco Zole? I'm not sure which one. Why? Taco Viva's long gone.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Going to say what? Well, I'm talking about back in the late 70s, early 80s, for Christ's sakes. Before a lot of... Oh, and so anyway, I've got a good one here from Carmelita.
Okay.
Carmita. I'm sorry. Sorry, Carmita. I'm 19. I've been listening to your show regularly since I was 18. I listen to AM because FM plays the same crap over and over again. I have a few friends who listen to you, too. Keep it up, Uncle Neil, you fairy. Ha, ha, ha. Thanks, Carmita.
How sweet.
That is sweet.
Sweet.
Now, don't start, hitting on Carmita. She's 19 years old.
Why not?
Same age as Jonas, by the way. See, nobody thinks that's perverted. Some old troll like you hitting on a 19-year-old chick who's legal at any rate. And so is he.
That's right.
Maybe we can hook the two of them up together, Carmita and Joe Jonas.
Because one of them's gay and one of them isn't.
Now, why do you say that he's gay? What makes you say that?
No, you hitting on him is gay.
Oh.
That's why it's disgusting. It's gross. Ugh, icky. Yeah, see?
We got 5 left. Let's sell them out this hour so we can take the pressure off. Refreshing it in. Still got 5. Still on the last. Well, like I said, times are tough. I think it's pretty good. We sold 95 so far this hour. Not great, but pretty good. The Fake Barry Jackass says, remember Fleetwood Mac Groover?
Yes.
Fleetwood Groover was the PD at the Coast.
Yes.
It says, I just heard from Fleetwood Groover, PD, at 98.9 WMMO. He's looking at hiring Johnny Dork. Oh, please get him away from us. Where is WMMO? Fleetwood says hi, says you'd remember him from the coast. Yeah, he was a good guy. In fact, I remember when he left to A Tearful Farewell. Do you remember that? Didn't he go off to D.C. or somewhere?
Somewhere.
I'm pretty sure to D.C. Fleetwood Groover, Mac. He was PD of Hot 105 back in those days and the coast, I believe. Wasn't he?
Okay.
And that's when Johnny Dork was on the coast. 87 along the coast, reading the liner cards, which he does so well. At least he can read anyway. I'll give that. I can't give him much more than that. Oh, you're not picking on me again, are you, relentless son of a bitch? Yeah, why not, Johnny? It's fun. It's fun. They pay me a lot of money to do this, and I can say whatever the hell I want. And meanwhile, you send me these stupid emails, and nobody even believes it's you anyway. Here's one from somebody. It says, have shut off Howard Stern the last few days. They're kvetching over Bubba leaving. Is puke-inducing. Bubba's Goober Zoo is about as low rent as it gets, and what one would expect to come out of Tampa, he blows. Huh. A lot of hostility about Bubba the Love Sponge. Poll ID, who's absolutely more clueless? OJ, Illinois Governor Blagojevich, George Bush, the big three automakers, the American public, others to be added, says Steve in Jersey. And keep the beaver bits coming, hilarious. Okay. We'll keep the beaver bits coming. Hey, Beav, we still got those 5 left, boy. I sure wish we could sell those. Maybe George will buy them.
That's all right.
So there was enough food for an army there, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Here's one from Dick. I'm a 40-year-old closet fag who loves the show. Forget the Jonas Brothers. Jesse McCartney is much hotter. I agree with that. Oh, and then he's got some website here, which is no doubt something pornographic. Jesse McCartney, I would agree with that. He's like 21, you know. He's like a real man, a real young man. Screamer. Oh, here's Maria. Hello, Mr. Rogers. I sure hope you purchased the put contracts against the dollar or the call contracts against the loonie. The loonie is going up along with the euro, gold, oil, and the Dow. It's not too late to buy the market and diversify. Best regards, the fake Maria B. with the bags in the eyes. Yeah, when's Jolly Joe going to get me my Jesse McCartney book? Forget about the book. Just send Jesse up here, okay? Maybe I'll see if I can rekindle my, if I can remember how to do all those things.
Yeah, rekindle your spindle.
You just don't understand, man. I'm 66 freaking years old,
so
okay?
What?
So I've just I'm mellowed my old age. Maybe not.
Don't.
Maybe not with this book here with the Jonas Brothers. Maybe to like rekindle
There you go.
I'll feel like yeah, I doubt it though. Here's one from Jimmy who says, perhaps Howard Stern is getting so many searches on Lycos because people are trying to find out what time his show is supposed to end. Tune in at 3 p.m. He's still going, anything else, Robin? Anything else, Robin? Anything else, Robin? Well, he's on all day, isn't he, on his own channel? Over and over and over again. And what I heard, it wasn't worth hearing the first time that one day, but maybe it was just a bad day, you know? You think?
No.
Must have been.
Maybe those months he was on this station, it was just a bad few months. Anything else, Robin? Here's one from George who says, I agree with you, Neil. No need any longer to break your back and stress your nerves for the Beasleys. No need to prove yourself to no one. The many years of the highest ratings speak for themselves. If management seems not to care, so be it. Hey, they cared enough to send me a Jonas Brothers book, and if they really cared, they'd send me Joe Jonas. They'd put a big ribbon around him, around his ass, and send him up here. I and many others will keep on listening. Your fan for over 30 years, George the Cop. Thanks, George. How do you like that? For how many years?
About 30, man.
Over 30 years he's been listening. That's loyalty, man. See that? That's and he's got no complaints, no suggestions, no critique, no wah, go to Sirius, go to this, go to hell, like that, you know. I'm going off of that Neil Deal page. You keep your eye on it, Fatso. If by some chance.
Will do.
Rudy says Norman Brothers, 87th Avenue and 72nd Street in Kendall is still there and is still great. It is great. Norman Brothers Produce. That used to be a sponsor of mine back in the day when I had sponsors. Remember those days?
Yep.
Used to have
like
a lot
it was yesterday.
Yeah. Used to have a ton of them. Norman Brothers. Those were the days. Those were good days in Kendall. And then, of course, Kendall got like a little crime-infested and a little bit, I don't know, no speaky English here. No speaky English. Kind of like my mini-mart across the street. No speaky English. In fact, the Chinese guy, he and his wife run the convenience store by me. Here.
Yeah.
And a couple days ago, I went in there. I'm their best customer. I go in there like 2 or 3 times a day because I'm too lazy to go like to the regular supermarket, even though I got a whole bunch of them around me. And I go in there, and he's got a bunch of tin trays, like aluminum foil trays, you know, like you'd use for barbecuing or stuff, putting stuff in.
Okay.
And he says to me, because he speaks almost nothing. And then the interesting thing is he's listening to the audio disc, How to Learn English, and he's reading the Chinese newspaper at the same time, which I don't think is a good step in the right direction. But anyway, he says to me, this coal, C-O-A-L, coal. I said, no. I said, coal is like charcoal for starting a fire. Like, oh. And then finally, after I told him about 10 times and explained it to him, he went in the back and brought out a big bag of charcoal. I said, yeah, that's coal. Oh, no speaky English. He said, my English not very good. No speaky English. Mr. Businessman.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names, the best talent. You're listening to Sports Radio 560 WQAM. Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Don't you just hate people that use snappy openers for their show segments? Like that 1 to 2 hour.
This week, it's Classics Week on Dub Theater. Monday night at 9, it's Rocky in French.
Yo, Adrian, voulez-vous coucher avec moi, or what?
Tuesday night, Clint Eastwood is Dirty Harry in Polish.
Shidu Babu 44 Magnumski, Bluski Hetski, Clean Offski.
Wednesday, Katharine Hepburn stars in the Academy Award-winning On Golden Pond in Japanese.
Domo arigato, Norman. You old poopasan.
Thursday night, thrill to the original Star Wars in Canadian.
Luke, feel the force, eh?
Luke, don't listen to that hoser. Join the dark side, eh?
And Friday, it's one of the most beloved American musicals ever. West Side Story in Navajo.
Maria, I just met a girl named Maria. Suddenly the name will never be the same.
So tune in for Classics Week, starting Monday right here on Dub Theater.
Oh, and look at that. There's a note from Jolly Joe Bell on the back insert in the book. It says, I've been looking and searching, and I don't want you to be too disappointed, but come to find out, Joey Jonas is hung like a mosquito. How do you like that? He's been looking and searching so long.
Maybe there was a search party.
I've got some good news, though.
Okay.
I've got some great news. Godfathers lives in South Florida. Oh! Somebody sent me this. Now, what's wrong with the rest of you people out there? My God, Joseph, Sal, and Harry. There's a whole bunch of them, and they're like the real stores.
Yep, there are.
These aren't the Hess ones. These are like real Godfather stores, like Storefront.
Really?
I remember going to the Godfathers you were talking about when I was a kid in the 80s. What a treat. Here's where they still exist in South Florida. And I Googled it myself just to make sure, and there's a whole bunch of them. 8190 Southwest 40th Street in Miami. I don't want to read the whole list. It'll take till the end of the show. Miramar Parkway, Biscayne Boulevard, 11401 Biscayne. 1508 79th Street Causeway, North Bay Village. 48150 State Road 7, Coral Springs. My God, they're in West Palm Beach and Okeechobee Boulevard. In Lake Worth, 2 of them. Oral Springs, Pompano Beach. All over the place. That's good news.
Yes, it is. It is good news. Sorry, I was spitting in the garbage can.
We still got those 5 certificates left, by the way?
4.
4. Okay. Slowly but surely.
3.
Really? Well, I don't know.
C.
9. Here's one from the fake Johnny Depp, who says, Bonjour, Neil. I haven't talked to you in a long time. I was reminiscing the other day about my appearance on the radio station Zeta with you. I remember you kept staring at me, and that made me a little uncomfortable. It was the best when my aunt and cousins called in. Don't seem to see them at all anymore with being a star and living in France. Those were the days. When will you be coming to Gay Paris? Well, I got to run. Au revoir, Johnny Depp. P.S. Could you please play Dwayne's Stomp? It's my favorite. Or more Mickey Mouse for my kids. No. Can't do it, Johnny. Now, here's one. Remember the other day we were talking about Maori?
Your what?
And somebody said it was Maury Povich. It was a poll about the stuff you talked about.
Maori. Somebody said, I think Neil's trying to say Maori.
M-A-O-R-I.
Maori.
Well, how am I supposed to know about that?
You're a world traveler and I'm not.
I think the Maori is not in reference to Maury Povich, but to the Maori people, the indigenous people of New Zealand.
Correct. That I've been talking about for years.
I think George got a tattoo or something from a tattoo artist regarding the Maori. He also learned one of their traditional dances on or off the air. Can't remember for sure. Love your show and have a great rest of the day, Mav.
Correct.
Thanks,
on all
Mav.
Counts, Mav.
So what is
I've been talking about that for years. That email that you got the other day that accused me of having a midlife crisis and going through all these things that I've been going through and talking about for years.
Yes.
But I guess it's a midlife crisis. How long does that last? The midlife crisis. How
many years?
Yeah.
About 30, man.
Oh, geez, well.
Did you hear about the congressman disputing Obama's citizenship? Well, guess what? They already threw that out, so quit wasting your time. They already threw it out. New movie coming out tomorrow, Doubt, about a priest in the Bronx, Philip Seymour Hoffman, trying to upend a Catholic school's strict customs. The first black student's been accepted to the school, and the principal, Meryl Streep, believes that the priest is paying too much personal attention to the new student, threatening to tear apart the church and school with dire consequences, etc. How do you like that? Doubt. Well, someday we'll see it, no doubt. What do you think?
Someday.
Here's the poll result. 409 vote. What's your favorite thing to do behind the steering wheel while driving? Listen to radio, 132. Listen to music, 72. Pop open a cold one, 47. Dig one out of your nose, 47. Pass some serious methane gas, 36. Smoke a Philly blunt, 31. Masturbate, 27. Phone a chronic, 4. Watch TV, 3. Find a self-help cure for your senility, 3. Text a chronic, 3. Eat your boogers, 3. Put makeup on, man or woman, 1. Yeah, I agree with that emailer who said about the Jonas Brothers having just tons and tons of pancake makeup. But don't all great recording artists do that?
No.
All performers on stage, they don't? They don't have tons
Not
and
all
tons
of them. No.
and tons of pancake makeup?
Not all, no.
Oh. That was up 12.98. Not too thrilling, huh? Loonies, 82 cents. I don't want to pee on your parade, but because it's been a pretty amazing day so far. Not spectacular, but pretty good. No?
It's been fine. We had the food.
Yeah, you had the food. How are we doing? We still got 4 left for our Merinos?
2.
2? Wow. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Wow, we only got a small pair left. Kind of like Joey Jonas, a small pair. I don't think he's got any pair. I think he's just an old smoothie, a young smoothie. Stick him in the blender and enjoy yourself a nice smoothie.
Cute.
What?
Nothing.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Stick his ass in the blender.
Yeah, and blend it.
And blend you up some lunch. I'm thinking about lunch right now, as a matter of fact.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names. The best talent. It's the Mad Dog. Jim Mandich.
Afternoons 4 to 7.
Sports Radio 560 QAM. The sports leader.
Holy Mackinac! This is Joe Bowen, the voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you're listening to the Hockey Authority, Neil God.
Emerald Lagasse here. Welcome to Emerald Live. We got plenty of great holiday foods. Melted down some butter. See that?
Uh-huh.
And I had a little bam, bam.
Hold on. That's pot.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, that's a lot.
The average is 1 pound of pot per person.
That's insane.
I know it sounds crazy, but trust me.
Well,
and what we're going to do is we're going to toss this with a little butter.
Right.
350 degrees in about 6 or 8 minutes. I'm going to taste this. Very delicious.
Whoa, got that right.
You'd be happy.
That's awesome. It's like pot brownies without the brownies.
What a culinary genius. All the shows will be doing it.
I want to see Regis High.
Ho-ho!
Regis and Barbara Walters, mud wrestling in diapers.
I'm Emerald Lagasse. See you tomorrow, everybody. Happy holidays.
Oh, look at that. We're sold out unofficially. Is it official or unofficial? Tubby.
Unofficial.
But we're sold out, it says. In other words, we got...
just making sure it's all good, sir.
They what?
Just making sure there's no fakers.
Looks like we sold 100. Or pretty close, anyway. But it says sold out. I'm thrilled. I am pleased as punch. I told you this is going to be a great day, and you're... No, in fact, I just got invited during the last break to go get some lobster ravioli for lunch. So I guess Woodbine can wait till a little bit later. It'll still be there. They'll still have all those machines. And the best part of the deal is it's Thursday. You know why that's good?
Why?
Because it's never busy on Thursday at any of those places. You want me to tell you why?
Why?
Because everybody gets paid on Friday.
I see.
So by Thursday, no dinero. Broke. No dinero. Broke as hell. Not good? Not good for them, but good for me. I like it when it's real quiet there. Like real early on a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning, in spite of what Tubby there says. I think Tubby needs to consult with a quarter schlot guy. Oh, let's take some calls. No. What do you say?
No.
Not. What? What are you sniggering about?
Oh, Chris made a funny face again.
I got some very bad news.
I doubt it.
No, I do. Radio death.
Waiting.
I don't know if this is before your time or not.
I'm sure it is.
Jerry Sullivan?
Name sounds familiar.
From IOD?
Sounds familiar.
Jerry Sullivan, Jere, by the way, is how he spelled it. I'll tell you a little story about Jerry, and now that he died, I don't want to say anything bad about him, but I will anyway. He was a big fan of mine. Too big of a fan.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. In fact, he used to be the PD before I came to, before they hired Bill Not So Wise. He was the PD who got canned. And what they did was, instead of firing him, they demoted him to driving the overnight news car.
Oh, that's where I heard the name. You've mentioned that story.
That's right. This is the way it works in this business. Oh, we're not going to fire you. We're just going to, demote you, so obviously you're going to quit. Just like they thought I would do when they cut the salary in half. Oh, Neil's going to get out of here. Surprise! If I would have bailed out, I would have never got this great nifty book from Jolly Joe about the Joe Jonas. What a bonus to get Joe Jonas. That's what I want in my Thanksgiving and my Christmas stocking.
Yeah.
Is Joe Jonas. He fit in there. He weighs about 8 pounds.
Thinking of doing some Christmas stocking?
That sounds like a good idea. Jerry Sullivan, who programmed in Philadelphia and Miami, was most recently director of traffic operations at Traffic.com, has died of heart failure. After several years at NBC, Jerry left New York for the sunshine of Miami, where he spent many years programming a variety of radio stations, as well as running the radio network operations for the Miami Dolphins and University of Hurricanes. In the 80s, Jerry programmed Miami radio stations such as Adult Standards WVCG and WYOR, News Talk Sports WIOD, and Contemporary 97 A1A. It's 87 along the A1A way, or whatever they used to say. Oldies, Magic, and Soft AC, WJQY, and WTPX. Soft AC. And now he's dead. You know one thing about Jerry?
What?
Fat. Not real gigantic fat, Not like Larry Kent. What?
You don't have to be.
He was tubby enough. He was fat, and he died of heart failure. The old heart just couldn't keep pumping that blood anymore,
Mm-hmm.
So let me tell you a little story. He was a big fan of mine, and once in a while he would, stand in a control room and watch the show.
Okay.
Which I don't have a problem with that. I'm not that crazy about it. Leave Alex Bennett, the live studio audience, And this one particular day was a day, from hell. Remember some of the days we had down on the first floor on this station when I played music because we couldn't get any calls? And then we found out that the phone wasn't working? Remember that?
Yes.
And so I would just get so exasperated I would play music. Well, this particular day, speaking of Johnny Dark, the only call I was getting, the fake Cousin Brucey call. Over and over and over again. That's all I kept, one or two other cranks. This is way before, I'm your friend. We didn't have that invented yet. I'm your friend. And so he stood in there for the entire show while I was suffering a fate worse than, that had to be one of the worst days I've ever experienced on the air in my life. And he stood there and watched it. And I kept thinking to myself, Jerry, why are you doing this? I know you love the show, you love me, yada, yada, yada. That's great. Why are you doing this? Right?
Right.
It's one thing to, pee in your pants or something, but you don't want somebody to stand around and watch it. Right?
Right.
Right. So he's dead. Goes to show you mess with me, and someday you're going to die. All you people out there over the years who've messed with me in any way, shape, or form, someday you're going to die. You're going to pay for it. And I'm still here. I'm still here. By the way, JYRO, whatever your name, Realtor, you're deleted. Just go away. Deleted and second time deleted. Blocked, deleted, gone. And once you're gone. So is that official or what on these certificates?
One just came back.
One. We got one. Grab it now while you got a chance for Marinos. Grab it. $50 certificate, just $25. And anywhere you can save a couple of bucks these days, man, it's a real bonus. Rhymes with Jonas. I think we're going to take a couple of calls here, because I think we're run dry on the emails. Oh, actually, I've got a few more here. Oh, I never got to this yesterday. Well, I don't want to go into it. It's too serious. It's the holidays, man. People want to lighten up. Joe the plumber says McCain made me feel dirty and said Sarah was the real thing. Oh, this lunkhead. Lunkhead.
Is that the real Joe the plumber or the fake Joe the plumber?
No, this is the real Joe the plumber. Dirty is the word Joe the plumber Wurzelbacher used to describe how he felt about being singled out by the candidate who made him famous in an interview with conservative radio on Tuesday. Wurzelbacher told radio host Glenn Beck, rhymes with Drek, he felt dirty after being on the campaign trail and seeing some of the things that take place. Wurzelbacher said he was unhappy with some of the answers Senator John McCain gave about the bailout. I asked him some pretty direct questions. Some of the answers you guys are going to receive, they appalled me, absolutely. I was angry. In fact, I wanted to get off the bus after I talked to him. Asked why he stuck by McCain's side despite being appalled by the candidate, he said, honestly, because the thought of Barack Obama as president scares me even more. Knucklehead, redneck, Yahoo. Wurzelbacher had nothing but praise for his running mate, Alaska Governor Sarah Palin. Sarah Palin is absolutely the real deal, he said. With Sarah, I don't want to say I felt a presence, but she definitely had energy, and she definitely wanted to go to work for the American people. And it disgusts me how often they try to bash her just for her sincerity. It's just, she really wants to work for America. And I mean, I wish people would listen to her and let her work for us. She wants to serve us. She's not looking for power. Right. That's right. She wants to serve. Maybe some walleyed pike.
Maybe she gave him some. That's why he said that.
Yeah, maybe she gave him some, and believe me, that's not what she was serving. She was serving pie. I can't say what kind.
Moose?
No. So what's the deal? We got that one left, or is it gone?
Still there.
Oh, no, come on now. We're on the verge of greatness here. We got one certificate left for Marinos, and it's still there. And I got no emails about Godfathers. These are freestanding buildings. These are the real deal. The real deal. Whatever happened to him, by the way? Thank God he's gone. The Dow's down 16. He's gone.
Yes.
The real deal. Now, what was that all about? Some kind of a scam that Mandich had going on the weekend, or what?
He bought that time. Yeah. That was his show.
He did?
That guy, yeah.
I'm not a real big fan. I know that times are tough in this business. Tougher than ever before, probably. But I'm not a big fan of people who have to buy their way on the air. You know what I mean?
Well, he was, as opposed to a wannabe talk show host, he was just a guy with a business that wanted to do his own infomercial.
Just tell me what your problem is.
Let me say it again. When guys have to buy their way on the air, I mean, everybody's got to eke out a living somewhere,
Eek. Can you say ego?
Oh, mister.
This guy would. I mean, he could be a nice guy, and then he'd just turn around and be a total
He's not
ass.
a nice guy.
Hey, watch what you're saying. He might be back, Chris.
Yeah, but I'm gone, remember?
Oh, that's
what are you talking about?
The real deal.
Oh, that guy. Was he a nice guy?
He would try to act like it on the air, but he was kind of a jerk to the producers that were working the show, yeah.
The real deal? He couldn't even say it. If you're going to have a show, you should at least be able to pronounce the name of the show. It's like Tom Brokaw with NBC News. He couldn't even say nightly news for crying out loud. News? What is that? Sounds like a guy who can't speak to me. But then again, with all the dumb jocks that are on the air all across the country, well, we got Shannon. Till the day they stick me in the ground, I'm going to wonder how that's possible. Who he's got naked pictures of. Shannon. Maybe he's got naked pictures of Jimmy's Johnson. You think that's possible?
Anything is.
I'm getting no input whatsoever. None. About Godfathers. Not the movie, the pizza. Here's Boomer is back again, your buddy. I have no idea who he is. Have I met this guy?
He's been to appearances. I'm sure you have. I think you actually worked in the same place for a while, he keeps reminding you.
We've worked in the same place?
I think that's what he says.
The Boomer.
Years ago, yeah.
I don't know.
He'll tell you.
He says, wow, I'm a little stunned. Jerry was the guy that gave me my early chance back in 1970, WERA, Plainfield, New Jersey. Wow, and you're right, he was fat then, too. Fat all his life. Let's give some advice, some life-saving advice to Jolly Joe Bell. Lose some weight, Joe. I got to do it, too. Although I am having lobster ravioli for lunch and Tex-Mex appetizers. What do they call those things? Tex-Mex rolls. Boy, those are good. All carbs, by the way. Not the lobster. Well, the lobster ravioli, too, except for the lobster part. Doesn't that sound good?
Yeah.
It is good.
Let's say sandwiches, no carbs except for the bread.
Lunch you had. Did we sell that one certificate yet or not?
Not yet.
No, what? You're lying. You're making it up.
I wish.
436 votes on the poll. You're not going to make no 500 again today, but then again, every day that it gets closer and closer. Oh, here's part 2 from Dick Weinstein. I sent you an email before, Neil. You didn't read it all because I made the email too long. No kidding. It was like a freaking, it wasn't an email, it was a book. I really wanted to hear your opinion, the rest of what I had to say. This is where you left off. It's all clean and can be said on the air. Well, great. You think he's making this all up?
Yes.
Just recently I was at work and was appreciating the sight of a coworker's backside as he was walking away from me, and somebody else noticed me doing this because I was making thrusting motions with my hips, as I often do when I see an ass I like. Oh, Richard, I got 2 words for you.
You fairy.
That's it. He makes a thrusting motion with his hips. What a screamer. Richard is absolutely a screamer. I was spotted doing this. Another guy at work looked at me kind of funny. He asked me what I was doing. I explained to him I found out the guy who takes it in the is gay, and the guy who gives it is not. I learned this in prison. He just keeps repeating the same thing over and over and over again. I also explained I'd like to look at other guys' asses, especially if they have tight pants on or it doesn't make you gay, and I explained to him he understood exactly what I meant. Oh, yeah, I think all straight guys want to look at some guy's ass. I'm not gay like you, Neil, because I don't go to gay bars. I would never, and neither do I. But giving it out to, he keeps repeating the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. I know in my heart of hearts, and as my head hits the pillow at night, I sleep easy knowing that in the eyes of God, I'm still not gay. In the eyes of God. Those are the facts. I'm glad you let me clear this up. Holla back, yo, yo, yo. Let's rape Mo. Yo, 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 let's rape Mo. This is an idiot. I'm blocking him. He's a moron. He's a moron and...
You fairy.
That, too. But very creative, huh?
Yeah, well, the whole thing is made up.
Come on. Are you being a skeptic again? Come on now.
Again.
What's wrong with you?
The best talent.
Everything comes in on there is
Sports
the
Radio
endless.
560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
It's the DA Show.
Weeknights from 8 to 11.
Here on
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
the sports leader.
Lick it and stick it. Millions all over Europe have already thrilled to his magical music. And now, he's coming to America. Crapco Records proudly introduces Zim-Far, master of the slide whistle. Now share with that special someone the sensual sounds of the romantic slide whistle. Yes, it's Zim-Far, master of the slide whistle. And if you act now, you'll also receive Zim-Far Out, slide whistle hits from the 60s. Quantities are limited, so order now. Zim-Far, master of the slide whistle, and Zim-Far Out. Available only on 8-track tapes.
Oi! 131 at 560 WQM. We haven't even looked at the schedule yet today. What is wrong with you? My God, that's what they listen for.
Yeah.
Big O at the Carolina Ale House at 2. Geldy at 4. No Mad Dog today. We got Geldy 4 to 7. Oh, and then the Beast 7 to 9. Oh. And then High School Gridiron Report 9 to 10. DA 10 to midnight. DA after at least 6 hours of dead air. Poor DA. How's he handling this? Is he? Do you know him at all?
I don't see him very much.
What about you, Fatso?
I saw him Sunday.
How's he handling the trauma?
Actually, he was more outraged that they got rid of my position than what's going on to him.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, good for him.
Hey, and we're officially sold out.
Officially sold out. Oh! We sold that last one. Nice going. What the hell was that gunshot? Here's another one from Barry McCockner. He says, this obsession with the Jonas Brothers, which I don't have an obsession, by the way, at all, is reminding me of the obsession you had with the Backstreet Boys in the late 90s. I think you even had some of the Backstreet Boys in the studio for a brief interview. Yes, I did. I had Kevin and
AJ.
Howie. Who?
AJ. I don't know.
Kevin and AJ, that's right. AJ, ugly, tattooed. Did not have Nick or Kevin or Brian. Was this the last interview we had live in the studio? No, it was not. The last interview. It wasn't an interview. They happened to be in the building for like Power 96, and somebody told me, hey, the Backstreet Boys in the building, and so somebody went and schlepped and got a couple of them, brought them down to the second floor. Remember that?
Yep.
You may want to invite Joe Jonas up to Toronto so you can interview him in your underwear. Hot, says Barry. Hot. Yeah, hot my ass, Barry. Talk about...
I have no life.
Of course, if Nick Lawrence were my producer, he'd have Joe Jonas in here tomorrow, naked.
Well, maybe I could take some lessons.
From Nick Lawrence? What, and how to smell good?
Or from Baba Booey, like that guy keeps saying.
Yeah, Baba Booey could give George some lessons in being a good producer. That's right. We could get, what's his name on here? John Stamos. You know, you talk about yesterday's news. You know, I know he keeps popping up in these different shows and so on, but Johnny Stamos is so yesterday's news. Am I right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Blackie. And then what was that sitcom he was on that lasted about 5 minutes?
You're the only one that ever brings him up.
Full House.
Was that it? See, Chris knows. He knows his Johnny Stamos trivia. Not that I didn't like him.
With kids and everything?
What?
With kids and stuff like that?
I don't know. I don't watch those shows. You're asking me. You're the one that said it, and then you're asking me like I'm supposed to give a rub down.
Well, the only thing I've ever known him on is Full House, and now he's on ER.
And he was on General Hospital. He was Blackie. Old news, John Stamos. Oh, but Howard had him on and had him talk about his penis. And well, yeah, great. I'm sure he's got one. Fred Souter says, hey, Neil, I just started listening today and heard you bitching about not getting emails about Godfathers. I don't know what you're looking for, but we do have a Godfathers here in Gainesville. What I'm looking for is people who actually eat there and rave about it or don't like it or whatever. He doesn't know what I'm looking for. It's pretty much like the ones they used to have in South Florida. I used to go to the one on South Dixie Highway near Zers, says Fred. They do have a pizza buffet, too, at Godfather's. One interesting twist, one of the co-owners is a former city commissioner here who tried running for county commission this year. He claims he's a Democrat, yet refuses to support any policy left of Attila the Hun. One hell of a guy, as you can tell. That's all I got, says Fred. That's enough. That's all. I'm not looking for a life story. I'm not looking for like a whole Godfather's saga. I'm just looking for people that know that it's there and they eat there. And I've been asking about this for a long time, and you say, oh, yeah, the one with the Hess station is there. This has got nothing to do with the Hess station. Because if you Google this, it'll show you like, convenience store only, and they don't have like the full menu and yada. But like the freestanding stores is like the old Godfathers used to be.
Excellent.
No gas station. I mean, you might get some gas there, and they have the pizza buffet and like that.
They have dine-in buffet, carry-out, and then the convenience store is limited menu.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's everywhere. It's all.
It's amazing to me how these people who are blocked don't know that they're blocked. Idiots.
That's part of the fun, isn't it?
What?
It's part of the fun, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
They're wasting their own time and not yours.
That's correct. And boy, that full delete works so fast. Delete, block, delete. It's really sweet to delete. Especially a moron Ranger. Rangers won a game. Rangers, you suck, you fag. Like that. Very clever. Morons. So many morons in so little time. Shocking. The Dow's down 15 points. 17 points. 448 votes on the poll. If we really would have pushed for it, we could have made 500 again today with a brand new poll that started right at 10 o'clock. Wouldn't that have been great?
Yep.
I bet you Jolly Joe Bell would have sent me the Naked Jesse McCartney album with that, but we didn't do it. We did sell out the certificates, though. And we got another one for next week. That must have slipped by the Redneck sales manager. The fact that we got 2 weeks in a row we got something on here. Can you say sandbag? Yeah. 451 vote on there. What's our goal? 475?
I think 453.
Let's have something to shoot for, man. Oh, yeah. Got some very bad news, even worse than Jerry Sullivan croaking. Didn't say how old he was, by the way. Didn't say very much. Fans bid farewell to Polaroid film. And guess what's in this book that Jolly Joe Bell sent me?
Polaroids?
A whole bunch of them. Oh, here's one that says Rockin'. I saw the CKIN. I thought it said something else. The Polaroids, documenting our time on the road that began to take on a whole new meaning when we bought a Polaroid camera that was for sale in our hotel before doing a show in Minneapolis. Isn't that exciting? And you ought to see the quality of the pictures, too. Just what you'd expect from a Polaroid. Fuzzy and blurry and crap. It says, I began archiving days, weeks, and months on the road. Sometimes I took photos every single day, sometimes just occasionally. This is all, and here's one of their hands with a bunch of Skittles in their hand. Isn't that something you would take a Polaroid of? A bunch of Skittles in somebody's hand?
Sure. Got some?
No.
Someone should tell them they have these things called digital cameras now.
Maybe they can't afford that.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they had to buy a used old Polaroid. Maybe you can send the Jonas Brothers some money, Tubby, since you seem so interested.
I'll get right on it.
Every day for a year, Tacey Willis looked for an eye-catching photo subject, a ballerina, a rocker dude in a bookstore, 3 older ladies from the Red Hat Society. She allowed herself one shot each day with only one piece of instant film. But halfway through that year, Willis abruptly took the money she'd saved for a down payment on a car and bought every piece of Polaroid film she could find. Why? Because the Polaroid Corporation announced it would stop making instant film. And without it, her project, Day by Day Polaroid, would never be complete. 60 years after Polaroid introduced its first instant camera, the company's iconic film is disappearing from stores.
Oh, my gosh.
Although Polaroid said the film should be available into next year, this is the final month of its last production year. What are we going to do with no Polaroid film?
Use our digital cameras?
Come into the 21st century, maybe?
Yeah.
Eclipsed by digital photography, Polaroid's whiteboarded prints, and the anticipation they created as their ghostly images gradually came into view will soon be things of the past. From David Hockney's famous Polaroid art composition to the line, Shake It Like a Polaroid Picture from Outkast hit, Hey Yeah, Yeah. Polaroid instant film has embedded itself in pop culture. The public's reaction to Polaroid's announcement reflects that. Blogs lament the loss. Polaroid fan groups have formed on Facebook. On Amazon.com, what?
Sorry,
Charlie.
Get lives, the lot of you.
On Amazon.com, a 4-pack of 10 exposures is selling for $64, nearly $1.64. What? Are you making light of Polaroid?
Yeah.
Good. Sucks. The announcement hit Willis, an artist in L.A., especially hard. She began her day-by-day Polaroid project in June 2007 and still had 4 months to finish. I really freaked out when they came out with a memo, she said. Her project, a book manuscript waiting for a publisher, contains 365 photos accompanied by related songs, movies, and quotations. iReport.com.
Irie.
What?
You said Irie.
Learn more about Willis's I see, if you want to. We don't care. I mean, if she's that stupid, if that's what her life is all about, is a bunch of ugly, nasty, ghostly Polaroid photos, how about blowing her brains out if she has any?
I have no
That's
life.
what she's trying to tell us.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports lead.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
It's the
Big O.
Orlando Alzagari. Mornings 5 to 7.
Sports Radio 560.
QAM. The sports leader.
Neil Rogers, God.
No one embodies the holiday spirit better than Gordon Lightfoot. Really? You bet. And now, Gordon Lightfoot takes his best-known song, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, and gift wraps it around your favorite carols to create his new holiday album, Gordon Lightfoot Sings Christmas.
You better watch out and you better not cry. You better not pout, I'm telling you why.
Yes, Gordon Lightfoot is coming to town with a sleigh load of songs like this.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree.
It's Gordon Lightfoot Sings Christmas, and you'll want to beat him like a drum when you hear his rendition of The Little Drummer Boy.
Oh, come, they told me, pum-pum-pum-pum, my newborn king to see, pum-pum-pum-pum.
Gordon Lightfoot has compiled the holiday music collection you'll wish would sink to the bottom of Lake Superior.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, la 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 la.
Your friends and family will pray for a silent night when you put on Gordon Lightfoot Sings Christmas.
Oh, he's such a Canuck, eh? 14:02 at 560 WQAM. What a day this has been, huh?
Sure has.
Banner Day.
Oh!
Been okay.
All right.
Scott is stuck in hell in Pinellas Park, and he says the only Godfathers here in the Tampa Bay area are the ones at the Hess stations. I think you're wrong, Scott. Unless that thing now maybe that Google thing I did was old. Could that have been an old page?
It's possible.
Oh. Let me look. Maybe all of those. What do you mean it's possible? Here's one on North Bay Causeway. Okay? It's got a picture of the one with all the lettuce. That's the Mexican one, I believe. That's one of my favorites. It's got all the different kinds. It's got a guy who looked up, dressed up in a mafiosi suit. Store locator. And there's the store. No, it says copyright 2008 Godfather's Pizza. How do you like that? And these people are like from the land of the lost. They don't know from no Godfather. Oh, here's one from Jim and Kim. First, the good news. There are some real Godfather's pizzas around. Knoxville's got one. But the bad news, none here in South Florida. All of the ones here listed with a convenience store. No, it's not. It says they're at Hess stations. I've been to the one on Bird Road, 82nd Avenue. It was okay, but not like the real Godfathers used to be. Sorry to spoil your day. How is that possible? I just got through looking at it. It said copyright 2008. Godfathers.
Mm-hmm.
Are they real? Are they gone? Are they here? Store locator, and it shows the ones that have got like the full menu and the buffet and the whole deal, and then it's got pictures of them. Maybe this is, I don't know. Maybe it's passé. Maybe it's BS. Or maybe you people just aren't scouring for Godfather enough. Think that could be it?
Possible.
Well, this is an assignment we'll have to finish tomorrow, I guess. Anyway, Scott says the ones here in Tampa Bay are at the Hess stations. Not the best pizza, too salty, and I believe their dough is pre-shaped before it's sent to each Hess outlet. I usually avoid chain outlet pizza anyway, with the exception of Gumby's. I never heard of Gumby's, did you?
Not the pizza, no.
I heard of Gumby, but not Gumby's Pizza. And by the way, who stole the pizza? Huh? Now, here's a story that somebody faxed in. Priest sock puppet hears confessions. This is Philadelphia. A priest sock puppet has been caught secretly hearing confessions in a downtown Philadelphia Catholic church. The puppet, introduced to the church during a homily 6 years ago by Father Michael McBrien, has recently become a mainstay of Mass. Father Doozy wears a Roman collar and speaks in a high-pitched, shrill voice, often reminds everyone not to eat too much candy.
Hey, it's Father Doozy.
I wonder, huh?
Better than Father Droopy.
I wonder if Father Doozy knows Scotty Mack.
I'm hyperventilating.
Talk about speaking in a high-pitched, whiny voice. Or maybe he knows Geldy. He'll be on 4 to 7 this afternoon. Oh, polluting airwaves all over South Florida. Father Doozy would often be taken out of his drawer during homilies, especially those sermons which were focused towards children. The kids love the puppet, said Father McBrien. Look, our church has to stay relevant, and Father Doozy helps us do that. I guess he's a real doozy. Sometimes I bring out my guitar, and me and Father Doozy sing duets of old Peter, Paul, and Mary songs, but I change the lyrics up a little to make them more hip. The puppet confession scandal would seem to date back years, as Father McBrien said he actually hasn't heard him confession in 6 years. I didn't think we did that anymore, admitted Father McBrien. I thought Vatican II did away with all that stuff. With what stuff? Sock puppets doing confession?
Used to be big in the Middle Ages, you know.
The priest assured parishioners that the confessions heard by Father Doozy are still valid, though. You know, it's like these people were talking to God, and yeah, Father Doozy isn't really a priest, but as long as those people found truth in what Father Doozy said, then that's cool. Oh, yeah, it's cool, you fool. The local bishop put out a statement to parishioners. If you confessed your sins and the priest screeched, "Whoa, that's a doozy," which is the puppet's catchphrase, then it was probably the puppet. Or if your penance was 3 cartwheels and a trip to Chuck E. Cheese, then your confession was probably heard by a sock puppet. Well, that's some punishment, a trip to Chuck E. Cheese. Speaking of Godfather. I think that whole thing is bogus. I don't think those Godfathers really exist. I don't know. Goes to show you can find outdated web pages on there, and it looks like it's right there. And, that was closed a long time ago. I don't know. And nobody else seems to either. Father McBrien said the puppet would surely apologize to the congregation, but not during the homily. The homily is a little too important to interrupt, said Father McBrien. Father Doozy will likely make an announcement right before communion. Oh. Yeah, I think it's perfect. Because the whole thing is for overgrown children. Brainwashing, all this chazarai, all this nonsense, all the ritual, all the foolishness. Do you know what's a nice -2?
Okay.
Well, Jim and Kendall says that they're not around, and then nobody is disputing him. Nobody's denying that. So I'm hoping that by the time I sit down here tomorrow morning, there's going to be at least 500 reports, spy reports on are there really? I mean, we know about the ones with the Hess station. That's caca. That's ersatz, not the real thing.
Caca.
That's right. That's what it is. In fact, my favorite is the caca pie.
Really?
No. No, actually, in Sunrise, they have the alta caca pie.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Is that the one with corn?
Oh, yeah. Twice eaten. Twice schmat.
Easy to digest.
Oh, yeah. You can gum it like the Jell-O at the Seminole Coconut Creek. Bring your glass and bring your Polident. What a place. Thanks again to Jolly Joe Bell for making it a wonderful holiday. What a guy. Now, if he would just leave.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
This is Neil Rogers.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
The sports leader.
The biggest names.
The best talent.
It's the big dog, Joe Rose. Weekday morning, 7 to 10. Sports Radio 560 QAM. The sports
leader.
It stinks in Miami town at 560 WQAM. We got a no bid contract from Rummy, Cheney, and Bush. They sent us into Iraq to bust a cap in their douche. They're hired for killing, don't have to play by the rules. Killing women and children, Blackwater, USA. How about that Eric Prince? What a prince of a guy. He's making millions of dollars to make people die. All like the Godfather, who kills for old time's sake. If you want little girls slaughtered, Blackwater, USA. They give us guns to shoot and murder such a hoot. We can do anything we wanna, not like the U.S. troops. We hire guys like Jeffrey Dahmer that worship Tim McVeigh. A patriotic blood shower, Blackwater, USA. Shot people holding their arms up and sitting in their cars. That old dude who tried to surrender